Anyway, hello internet. Welcome to what? Rise of Tiamat 15. It's like this game is weekly, at least for the next 2 weeks. So
This is what it feels like.
hey guys, to reiterate, this was Rise of Tiamat last week. Rise of Tiamat this week. Guess what's happening on Monday, guys? Rise of Tiamat. Like, it's crazy. It is 3 weeks in a row of the Belladonnas dealing with dragons and whatever else. So
and daddy issues.
and daddy. Well, we're gonna get to.
Dragons and daddy.
Dragons and daddy.
I never
Oh my
knew
God.
my father.
So we're gonna get into that. Don't you worry.
Oh boy.
Couple of announcements up front. The standard sponsorship announcements. Initiative Coffee Company is a sponsor that we have here at Nerd Immersion. Unfortunately, you know what? I'll have to bring some to Philly so you guys can have some.
Yes, please.
I will do that. And thank you, Brian, who just got me a new shipment and sent me some of the limited edition Strix coffee. So that was pretty cool, as well as was part of the shipment, which is what I'm drinking right now. And then also Quentin and Dan and Elderwood Academy for giving us awesome stuff to show off to you guys, like these hex chests and things and all that cool stuff. And hopefully they answer my email that Katie brought up this morning to me, which was why you has gift card options on the website.
I wanted to get one.
Yes.
So, but anyway, if you pick up stuff through that link that I just posted in the chat, we get a little kickback from that, but also it shows them that we do business and help give you guys cool stuff in the future. And the third announcement is, what up? 24-hour live stream on Saturday. That's right, guys. It's the return of the Nerd Immersion Extra live stream, and for the first time in 2 years, it'll actually be 24 hours, not 25 hours, because it's not on fucking daylight savings time this time, so I don't have to get that extra hour.
That's why you wanted this day.
That extra hour that I always, and like other than like other streams where they're like, oh, so we're gonna end an hour early because that, I'm like, no, the clock still says it's 3 o'clock. We're still going.
Metal Ted.
So that extra group gets that 1 extra hour in the middle as they watch the clock roll back.
And then you die inside because you've been awake for so long.
Yeah, a little bit. So I will post up a link. I don't know if does this link still work? Let's see, Extra Life? No, I think I have that turned off. But I will post a link to my Extra Life page here in the chat. We're going to be part of the D&D team. The Extra Life team led me astray when I was like, hey, can you guys, like, I want to do a sub team. And they're like, cool, do that. And then they're like, oh, wait, it doesn't work. Never mind. So now I'm on my own made up team, so the donations don't go to the D&D team. We're going to fix that. But anyway, you can check that out. There is the schedule as it stands currently. You'll see everybody here. Celeste, you picked a time slot, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody here will be in at least one game, as well as some of our other friends, as well as, you know, some other cool folks like we've got Kugo the Mighty, who you may know from Counter-Strike Go and other things like that. We've also got Jordan, the PH is silent from Forgotten Realms Explained. He's going to be playing. So that's pretty awesome. And then we're going to have people fill in as need be. We've got a couple more days to get new people in. Hopefully we can get Chelsea and Bucky. I think we're looking to play as well. So we'll get as many people as we can, and then we'll backfill like we always do. And the premise of this game takes place in a coffee shop. Came up randomly last year. 24 hours in a coffee shop. Players show up for their shift. Obviously, if people play multiple games in a row, I guess they're doing a double that day, 2 shifts in a row, or maybe they got to come back later. What's going to happen? How can I keep these players and you, the internet, entertained in one coffee shop? I don't know. We'll find out on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It hasn't stopped me before. I usually show up to these 24-hour live streams with like one line of notes, and then I just let the deck of many things, donations, screw everything up. But those donations are there. By the way, it is all level 5. Unless we hit $1,100 donated, then people start leveling up as we go throughout the day. So, that is the thing. PD, we canceled the other game. That's this game. So that's enough of that. Let's talk about why we're all here. Celeste, give us a very impromptu, not fully prepared recap of what happened last time.
That's okay. This is your bard when they forget they have a set and they're like, oh shit. Okay. So last time on Rise of Tiamat, we kicked a dragon's ass. And some of us also got kicked in the ass by said dragon. But basically we were taking on this green dragon and his old buddy Neurovane, who's this like asshole elf guy, prince, banished, whatever. So we were fighting this dragon, and this dragon's flying around, wrecking Leo and Rid, who are trying to like fight it on the ground, whereas Nerovane is slinging arcane like archery shit from the back. And eventually we did some damage to the dragon. Nerovane got trapped in a wall of fire for a bit. Whatever. We did a bunch of healing and damaging, and it was pretty touch and go for a while there until finally we took down the green dragon. Nerovane tried to make his exit off in this pool of water, and Leo's super butthurt by this point. He's like, no, and put him in a cage in the water. But then he escaped from the cage, and then Roz was a giant octopus that went after this dude, bro, swimming around. And then after that, he escaped back in there, and our old buddies, Merlin and Arthur, were like, yar, and stabbed him. So Nerovane was dead, dragon was dead. We're all like, huzzah! And then Roz climbed in with Merlin into the dead dragon corpse and started making steaks. While everybody else got kind of drunk on the, what was it, moonshine or something that they had?
Elven wine.
Yeah, I think
Real
it's
good
like
alcohol.
that
good,
is
good,
true.
that good alcohol.
Evermead.
Evermead. Well, so everybody else who wasn't, hands deep in dragon flesh got kind of drunk, and we were all sitting around and talking. And then eventually we wrapped up with the dragon, and we're like, cool. And then we headed out, and we were all successful, and we went back to the village, and we're like, yay, everything's cool. And then we popped out of a tree, going back to Waterdeep, and all of a sudden I got a note in my head, I think, right? It was in my head.
Yep.
Yeah, and it said, hi, I'm your dad, Leo. I love you. Come meet me at the Primp and Pie. And so we were all like, whoa. And then that was last game.
Did he say I love you?
No, maybe. That's what Leo wanted to hear.
Also, just to clarify, because it was like literally the end of the episode, Leo didn't tell us, right?
Correct.
We just looked stunned for a bit, and we're like, what's going on?
Yeah,
He's like,
basically.
"Oh, I had a thought in my pretty head. It was scary." What was the exact message, Ted, if you don't mind rating it again?
Flash in a pan. I don't write things down. So this is basically what it said. Because
I love you, my boy. I'm so sorry I left you. I want to be your best friend forever. And I'm getting back. Yeah, I'm getting back with your mom. We're gonna be happy.
Basically said something along the lines of, I've heard you really been making a name for yourself. I am proud of you. I'd love to see you. I heard you have a pie shop. I heard you work at a pie shop.
I heard you work at
I'll meet you there, basically.
The pie shop.
That's very embarrassing. My dad thinks I work at a pie shop.
No, there was
Bathhouse.
yeah, and a bathhouse now.
Slash bathhouse. Yeah, so I guess this is all happening, and Leo gets this message, and
Yeah, you guys had transported via plants to right outside of Waterdeep because you were going to tell the council of the things with the Green Dragon Wyrmspeaker and what was going on there, and then that's where you got the message.
Hey guys.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've got this important thing we have to go do and tell people and whatever, but I would really like to get back to the Primp and Pie as soon as possible. Somebody is waiting there for me. Someone I really didn't expect.
I could definitely go for pie.
What lady? Which one?
The one that you wrote that a very embarrassing letter to, Alyssa?
No, oh god, no. It's
Oh, okay.
it
An embarrassing letter.
So many.
it's fine. No, it's from my dad.
Your dad?
Apparently.
Well,
Leo is just kind of he doesn't really know how to feel about it right now, and that's very obvious on his face.
Okay. I mean, I'm down. That or not, I could go for a bath. Prestidigitation only does so much for how you feel after you've been neck deep in a dragon. So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got a little schmuck there.
can you get it for me?
Yeah, I might pick a little piece of green flesh.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I don't know. This shouldn't come before our mission. If we need to go and talk to the council, we should definitely do that. And I'm sure. Well, if he's making his presence known now, he's probably not going anywhere quick.
Well, also, I just used my transportation spell, and I can only do it once a day. So unless we want to hoof it, that seems a little silly. We may as well finish the day out here.
Yeah, I agree. Whatever. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's fiddling with something in his pocket while he's saying this.
Well, that's really cool, I guess. I don't know. How are you feeling about this? How are you feeling right now?
As the psychologist comes out.
You look a
Leo,
little nervous.
Just gotta conjure you a couch for a second.
Yeah, let me
Wait,
just lay
hold
down
on.
in the road.
Hold on. I pull out my chair that can turn into any chair or whatever, and I
Yeah.
put it
I did do a chase. Yeah, absolutely.
We're in the
Leo
middle of the
thinks-
street.
Leo thinks that's hilarious and absolutely lays down on your couch.
Drapes himself across it, I'm sure.
Yeah, he does, and he puts his head back and he's just looking up. He's like, I just don't really know what to think. I've never met him, and it's confusing and strange why he would want to meet me now after all these years. I can't imagine, as much as I want to think it's good intentions here, you don't just change your tune like that for no
Do you
reason.
know where to find you before?
I mean, I haven't exactly been quiet.
That's true. I can't see you ever being quiet, literally ever. Plus, you had that whole blue lion thing going on even before this, so.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I've never been quiet.
Never will.
Do you think he wants something from you then?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
We went home for me, so I'm more than happy to go home for you.
A dramatic sigh on the couch.
Yeah, cart as like a wagon rolls by the middle, like the entrance of Waterdeep as you guys sit on the
I
chaise
make
lounge.
like a move along hand.
they're like, are those the famous dragon slayers?
We are the most dramatic.
I'm like sitting behind him on the chase lounge, just like braiding a piece of his hair while I
Yeah.
listen.
We know no other way to be. But yeah, let's enough about that. I'm sure we'll see when we see.
Yeah, well, let's go tell another dad that his son was throwing some shit around and we killed him. That's gonna be super fun.
We still have his
Oh.
body, right?
Right. Oh yeah, I'm carrying.
Oh yeah,
it.
you're carrying it.
Oh, so I slung the body down in the street and then I lay down on the couch.
Oh, wow. So disrespectful.
All right.
Okay, so with that out of the way, I guess you go into Waterdeep then?
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
unsummon my chair.
Okay. I forgot that you had that. That's a really good.
That's a great item.
It is.
I will never forget that because it says can summon chair at will that can look like whatever I want it to be. So that's not the most useful like trinket ever, I think. I don't know.
I don't know what qualifies.
Yeah.
I don't know. My last of the surviving Lynx trinket has really taken me far. I think.
It's done a lot. The last surviving snow lynx.
Yeah.
We've seen it come into play quite often in the game here. Just like your bunny rabbit that thinks it's a snake and all these other wonderful trinkets. Your armpit hair that is vines,
Mm-hmm. I keep it trim, you know.
Yeah. Prune that shit, as they say. All right, yeah. So you guys head into the city of Waterdeep, and what's your plan? Where are you going?
So we should probably talk to Dylan first, right?
Yeah.
Since he was the one who sent us there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Do we know where he is?
No.
Can you like talk to a blade of grass and summon him, or?
Do that
That's how
regularly.
I've seen you step through trees. I don't know how it works.
nature people work. I'm not really sure. Either. I mean,
No, we don't. We normally just, stay in the woods and wait for people to come so we can make tree ants fall on us and then give them flowers.
That is bizarre.
I mean, it's a different way to go about business, but
So you got to make friends somehow.
I don't have any summoning things right now, so
I can talk to Leosin if you guys want.
don't you?
that guy.
Don't you have message? Why don't any of us have message?
Because that is
So
one
useful.
of the non-20 cantrips that I don't have. I don't think is message. Who can cast?
You're breaking. You're a
You
robot.
are a robot right now.
Serious robot.
I don't
Robot.
remember seeing that on my cantrip list, but
Okay, well, so is there like people while the council's not meeting? Is there like somebody still in the meeting place that we can like inquire?
A secretary.
Or
of
do
some
I
sort.
know? Oh, you know what? There's an Emerald Enclave outpost here, I'm sure, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we're going there. We're gonna go there. That makes sense.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're gonna go there to find Dylan to have this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
I am along for the ride.
Yeah. Are you?
I'm just sitting there nodding the entire time through this conversation, like I knew who the people they were talking about were.
Oh,
Sure.
Leo will do the thing when, like, you're watching a show and you're like 6 episodes in, and there's that person who's like, "Oh yeah, and this and this and this and this," and then it like explains, "Oh, like, oh, he's her sister, and they, went to space and then came back, and that's why he's all fucked up."
Perfect. I got cliff notes, so I'm feeling maybe caught up, except Renee is not, so we're just gonna wing it.
All right.
Ray,
So
don't be alarmed when his wolf starts talking. He can do that. Just
Cool.
forewarning.
Real cool.
and what is Rid's? Just so, are you in Rid form? Are you?
Yeah, right now I am.
Okay. Just as a point of fact, as we're walking through the city. Okay, so you it takes a little while, right? Waterdeep's a big city. There's a lot going on. But you make your way eventually to the Emerald Enclave outpost within the city. What ward it's in, I don't know. Let's call it the Castle Ward.
Okay, I'm down.
So you go and you kind of walk inside, and it is sort of it is, the building, rather than being made out of stone, it's made primarily out of wood, and it is got this kind of whole naturey vibe to it. It's sort of a weird juxtaposition, this kind of wooden, all natural building amidst all of the kind of industrial side of the way Waterdeep is designed, and that kind of fits the whole Emerald Enclave balance between nature and civilization. So you walk inside, and you can kind of see there's a handful of people sitting around. There's a fire, because we've established that it's like October, whatever I forget. We said what the month was, but I forgot. My gut says Alturiac. That might be right. I don't know. Anyway, so you go inside, and you kind of see there's a handful of people around. There's a bar counter. There's people sitting by the fire. Elves, mixture of elves. We'll throw enough for a bog in there. Why not? Emerald Enclave. There you go.
When you say bar, do you mean an actual bar with drinks?
Yes, there's alcohol there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. And you guys are not healed at this point.
No.
No.
You guys just... No, wait, you did. You rested. You rested.
we spent the night.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, in the village.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah, because I did my thing.
Yeah.
I was like, you wouldn't have been able to transport if we.
Yes, that's
True,
right. So
yeah.
you did, so that all happened.
Cool. So I kind of go in, I flash him my little leaf pin. And I'm like, hey guys,
Secret.
chilling
club.
around? Secret club.
And the guy behind the counter who's perpetually cleaning that pint glass with a rag looks over to you, and he says, "Oh, as a matter of fact, yeah, he is." And he like walks over and he like knocks on a door in the back, and you hear stirring, and coming out from this kind of small room that you kind of see as the door opens. It looks like it's like a back office on the first floor. And out comes Dylan, and you see he is accompanied. Rid for the first time. You see he's accompanied by what you could say is about a horse-sized wolf, a stark white wolf, piercing blue eyes. And the room almost seems to drop in temperature a little bit as this wolf approaches. And he kind of looks around. He sees that it's all of you, and he sees Rid, who he doesn't know, who is in changeling guise, which is a little striking at first glance.
Dylan, this is our new companion, Rid. Kicked a lot of ass. This is Dylan. He is a leaf man.
Are you kidding me?
I laugh and clap him on the shoulder. No, this is Dylan. He's really important in the Emerald Enclave. This is his wolf named.
He looks to you, Roswin, and he's like, gives you a very like a head tilt. Like, seriously?
I don't fucking know, man. I mean, he's good at hitting stuff. I don't know what you want.
And he just is like, and the wolf's like, leaf man.
He's like, you get me, buddy. Points.
So he'll say, come over here, and he'll gesture to a table for you guys all to sit down.
Are we still carrying Nero?
I was gonna ask. That was the next question.
Say that we put him in the hole.
You want to put him in the hole?
Yeah, do you have somewhere I could?
Sure, we could do it.
Okay, so we'll say you had done that before
Yeah,
you
before-
walked through the city of Waterdeep carrying a corpse. Just as
We really thought this out. Really
The strange son of an elf king just
yeah.
carrying a dead prince, whatever.
No big deal.
like he's walking with us.
It's a weekend at Narrowveins.
We'll just
Yay.
we'll throw him down on top of the remains of his dead friend.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he plops down on top of the dead dragon bits. So, and he kind of pulls you over, and in a not in like a super hushed tone, but in a like, so what happened?
Well, it was a big adventure. I killed a dragon. I did it.
That he is just like, so it's done then.
Yeah, we totally found this lair. And we went and we found some of his dad's guards who were just kind of there.
All right.
And they didn't really seem like they wanted to be there. But anyway, some stuff happened, and then we fought this dragon, and Narrowvein was there, and I found his diary. So there's that. I read it. Very thrilling. And I'm not good at doing these. But yeah, Narrowvein got killed by Sir Arthur, who was a guy who was captive there. Ultimately, we have him in the hole that we keep. It's fine. He'll stay there.
The dead body, not Arthur, just to clarify.
Yes, very important. But yeah, we did it. We figured it out, and then all the treasure that he had there, we returned it to the villages that he pillaged. So they should rebuild, hopefully. And now we're here with a dead body and a diary.
But he says, well, it's good on you to take the initiative to return that to the folks, the elven villages that were pillaged. Lesser adventurers would have kept it for themselves. So,
Thank you.
and he says,
That ain't us.
what of the green dragon mask?
That was not there.
Damn.
It's currently at the Well of Dragons. It seems like all the masks are there. I believe that was in his diary.
Yeah, it was in his diary that it had been taken to that, and you knew that the, I believe you know that the
White
the
ones
white
are-
mask was there, and currently the presence of the black and blue one are unknown, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think the assumption is the red one is there because that's where the leader is.
Yeah.
So he says, well, that is unfortunate. But this should come as quite a blow to their forces. We must inform the council. And he will, like, he'll kind of flourish his hand, and, like, a squirrel will come in, like, into his hand, and he'll, like, whisper something to the squirrel. And then the squirrel will run out.
Why don't I ever prep that spell?
I don't know. And he
So
says,
Leo's just raises his eyes. He's like, "It's a leaf man."
Red just like
I mean, technically, right
Yeah,
now, he's
right,
a
I'm like-
squirrel man.
Squirrel man. Where do squirrels live? In trees. What are in trees? Leaves. Leaf man.
it's October. They're falling on the ground.
Not for long, Leo.
I feel like you're just gonna start singing a rendition of Spoon Man, but with Leaf Man.
what's the leaf man during the winter?
That's true.
A
Branch
sad man.
I've not figured out the punchline to that joke yet, so we'll just
That's
A
fair.
blue meanie.
back to it.
And he's just like, well, he says, I've sent off a messenger to summon the council, but he says, you look well to the three of you, and it looks to Red, and he says, and how did you come to join the Belladonnas?
An owl told me to.
And he says, I can't really argue with that.
Legit, right? I
knew you would
trusted her
understand,
immediately.
Man.
Emerald Enclave.
And he says, they do say that owls are quite wise. I assume this one was as well. Well, we're
Gosh, I
glad.
hope so.
For your sake, I do too. And he says, but welcome to the team. Any allies are welcome. And he says, the death of Narrowvein, I'm sure, will not endear the elves to our cause. But perhaps King Melindrak can see reason based on the events and what his son was doing. And now that we have proof that it is indeed his son, this will come as a bit of a shock to others in the council that, one, he is alive, and that, two, was the Green Dragon Wyrmspeaker. And he
Well, let's
says,
hope that he can put all of his people before one son.
well,
Was already excommunicated, or however that works.
yes, exiled.
Exiled.
Well, parents do strange things in the name of their children.
Leo's like gets like sheet white.
Jasmine looks over at Leo.
And he says, but this you have done well for in the eyes of the Emerald Enclave, and I will communicate this up, but I feel this will help to ensure our allies will take part in the final battle when that comes to be. And he says the conversations with the Treants have been going well, so it seems they are on board. There has been talks with several tribes of good-aligned lycanthropes as well.
That's so exciting. I met a lycanthrope. Have I ever told you that? She was really nice.
You
Why
have
can't we
not.
ever hang out at the Order of the Gauntlet?
Excuse you. You're being very
And he's
rude
just
right
like, and he sniffs the air, and he's like, it's not alcohol.
now.
No, it's just my winning personality.
He's going through an interesting time. You'll have to forgive him.
I didn't mean to say that in my Leo voice, but sure, here it is.
All right. Well, He says, I need to go prepare a few things for this council meeting, but you'll receive a notification from me once the council is summoned. I'd expect it should be soon based on these events.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
pleasure seeing you again, Dylan. And I shake his hand, and then I go up to his wolf, and I'm like, do I?
And it just kind of like puts its head down in like a you can scritch behind the ears scenario.
Oh, I wanted to do this for so long. I think you're so cool.
And he's like, thanks. Was that a pun?
It is now.
And then you see,
I like this guy.
you see Dylan's just like, and they walk back towards the thing, and you hear the wolf like, "Leaf man," and then the door shuts behind them.
My brother.
Who says cats and dogs can't be friends?
We're both predators. It's fine. We run in the same circles.
So yeah, for the moment, you guys have some free time in the city of Waterdeep to do with as you will before this council meeting is called.
We should probably take care of the dragon bits before they go rotten.
Woo! Do we want to save any for anything? Do we want to make any armor out of them? I don't think any of us really need any armor stuff right now, right?
No,
It-
I
really.
mean, we can always save some of it, but we should probably get it like
Tanned.
nice
And
tanned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
So things that can be done with dragon stuff, Roswin, you're no stranger to this, right? Obviously, armor is a pretty common thing that can be done, right? You can make all manner of armor. The amount that you got, you would be able to easily scale mail. Obviously, the easiest one to create, right? That's the easiest process. It's the most well known. Leather armor or potentially studded leather armor is also a possibility of things that can be created, although it's a slightly different process with it more of the tanning of the skin rather than the usefulness of the scales. So you lose the scales, but you still get that kind of an armor. And with what you have plus some of the bone, you could probably make like a half plate or a plate mail. It's an option that you have. Different things for that, and weapons can be made from bones and that kind of a thing, and the blood can be used in certain spell components and to make potions and that kind of a thing.
well,
It'd be cool to keep some scales for like a cool piece you might wear to a party or something.
okay.
That's also an option. Accessories.
Accessories.
A party outfit.
I don't know.
Leo.
Do you want like enough for like a cool looking scarf, or do you want like a tunic?
You
Or
could
like
definitely
Tunic would
you have enough to make a
sick.
suit if you wanted.
to make a what?
A suit?
Ooh.
Make a suit.
Like a green dragon zoot suit made out of dragon scale.
You want that?
Yes!
Let's get Leo a suit.
Made out of fucking dragon scales. Yes, 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 yes.
The only travesty is that it wasn't a blue dragon.
I know. I'll
Yeah.
cry
Get
about it.
there.
We've
Should we
only
hold
seen
out
one blue
until,
dragon.
until we fight a blue dragon to get you the blue suit?
Well, sometimes I feel like wearing other colors.
Do you? I've never seen you do it.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen you a different color, Leo.
Well, it's just because my armor is this color. It's the only suit I have. My normal clothes aren't all blue.
That's true. I've seen your underwear.
When
'cause you
when
walk
I
around
wear
a
clothes,
lot.
yeah. When I bother to put on clothes, they don't have to be blue.
Okay, well let's find somebody who can make a sweet zoot suit.
Don't make it a zoot suit. Just a
Please make
cool
only a
suit.
zoot suit.
Excessively wide shoulders.
shit. I'm a box.
Okay, no, a nice suit.
All
A
right.
nice suit.
And then
Sure.
can we sell the rest of the stuff? Maybe trade it in for some more scrolls or something like that.
Yeah. I love
We
We
should-
should
scrolls.
we should save some of the money though and put it towards the
Mhm.
orphanage fund.
Okay.
Mhm.
Were you keeping the head to mount on the
Yes.
wall? Yeah. All right.
I'm keeping the
Yeah.
fucking head.
We
My
should probably
first
get it
dragon.
taxidermied then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
find a taxidermist.
Okay, so funny enough, you know that Dirk also does taxidermy.
He is a man of so many talents.
Should we let Red pick out a mount or a pet?
Yeah, we
She
should.
already got Turnip.
She's got a pet, but we can pick her out a mount.
Yeah, I mean, you have all been so generous since I got here.
So let's keep the party rolling. Let's keep moving.
Yes, and
Okay.
We do have an extra mount, but I mean, I feel like you should get to pick your own.
Those are mine.
You can't ride both of them at once.
I actually have 3. I have a horse,
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
you're
Crazy
right.
Eyes, and I have Midnight.
Good. Good. Yeah. Mid. Whoa, I'm so sorry. Ridless by modest means. I was gonna have a lot of alliteration in that sentence anyway, so I just gotta compile it on there, I guess. So I think she's like looking a little like, shuffling a little bit behind Job, but she's kind of smiling to herself.
I mean, logistically, also for at least at the current point, not 100%, but Rid is almost as fast as some of your mounts,
there's
if
a
not
mount.
fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think Red can run fast.
Not technically.
But
like
can she carry a bunch of stuff?
No, I guess that's true.
And also,
I'm here, heavy lifting.
it's for stylish. You need to be
Yeah.
stylish. Let's go get you something.
Okay, so
And
you
she'll,
guys.
like take your under the loop your arm and like pull you off towards Dirks.
I love it when we loop arms. Yeah.
All right.
Let's all do it.
Yeah.
We all do it.
Yeah. All right.
Now we're just taking up too much space.
People in Waterdeep actually hate us.
Oh no, the Belladonnas
Oh god, they're back.
These
Oh,
fuckers,
God.
yeah.
lock the doors. They're gonna shop.
Pretty much. So you guys travel down through Waterdeep, and you make your way to Dirk's place. And you go inside, and there's that familiar pet store smell, as the, that permeates his shop. And Rid, for the first time, maybe for the first time, you're seeing this shop, and it is a massively sized pet store, big enough that apparently there are also like large rideable birds, and there was large rideable lizards, and
Cool.
all manner of interesting and unique creatures throughout here. As you travel through this shop, you see some like small, like capuchin style monkeys, but with wings. Right, there are rabbits that have unicorn horns. You see a pen of giant.
I'll turn it not to be jealous.
Okay. There is a pen with a bunch of giant riding lizards, which is more like a glass case because they're like stuck to the ceiling in some of them. Although they're mostly just like monitor style lizards that can walk on walls, or like geckos. None of them are what you've witnessed when you saw Crazy Eyes, who is a chameleon.
And a mess.
And a mess.
Probably and
But he's got
probably
his
climbing up
sneaker
the
and
side
blues.
of the
Yeah.
pet shop right now.
Yeah. You see also several other they are basically about roughly 7-8 foot tall birds, like a hardier ostrich, right? That's what an axbeak is. That's what Midnight, Odella's other mount, is. Although Midnight is solid black with red eyes, they are a mixture of other colors with pinks and mostly like pinks and reds, a couple brown, different mounts, but their beak kind of comes to almost like an axe-like shape. So there are several of those. There are also just horses, straight up horses, for your average folk that like horses. I'm trying to think
I have
what.
a horse too.
There's also similar to Wingman. There are winged cats as well. There is. Let's see. There is one. Oh, there's an imp in there as well, locked up in a cage.
Gosh, I do not need an imp.
It looks calculating. It's seemingly smoking a constant cigarette that you don't know where it comes from, but it's there and it's calculating. There also is a small pen of what look like. You can make me a Arcana check, I guess.
I can.
Yeah.
Not like I really do Arcana, but that though is a natural 20. Plus, I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Well, this
20.
look.
Yeah, no,
This-
nothing else for.
With that though, it looks like a small beholder, like about this big around with four. Is it 4 little eye stalks?
Yeah,
four.
gazers.
Yeah,
however.
4 little eye
Oh.
stalks. Kind of bounce. There's a couple of them like bouncing around in a little jar.
There's
Oh, not a little jar, like a larger area. There's a couple of rats you see with their brains exposed at the top, and you hear whispering in your head as you walk by them.
Dirk, what are you getting into here?
Yeah, Derek.
Is
This
that
is the
thing there
behind the
that
curtain.
coins? Is that thing still there?
What is it? Oh, the Zorn. Yes.
The Zorn, yeah.
Yeah, there is a large creature with 3 kind of big arms and 3 legs with an open maw on the top and a big eye, and it's just there, and it yeah. It just, it also, I think, it speaks primordial, and it's always asking for food.
I give it a gold coin.
You recall that it likes electrum pieces
Oh
specifically.
yeah, I don't have any of those. What are those?
Well, that's why Dirk feeds him Electrum, because
Nobody knows what
money
they're
in the
for.
game.
Can I go to Dirk and exchange a gold coin for electrum pieces like he's a change machine?
Yeah, you can get 5 electrum pieces
Excellent.
for 1 gold coin, and he eats them and just like.
And I say to him in Terran, I missed you. You're so cool.
And he's like, "Thank you. Still hungry." Yeah, you see there's a couple of fish tanks with different. There's an octopus. There's like swarming fish in different tanks, and then there's things that are a little bit more common, right? Like owls and ravens and hawks and kind of falconry style birds. There's a couple like tarantulas in some cages here, a couple scorpion, things you would find in an actual pet store, aside from all of the random shit that he seems to have.
Yeah. Wow. So mounts. I don't have any idea where to start.
Well, if you are stuck between a few, I can always speak to them and let you know what kind of people they are,
Well, I think part of it's like, well, Jalar would probably prefer a horse. I don't know. I have rainbow hair, so I could go more exotic, I guess. I don't know which is the best option.
Dirk.
So you see a gentleman makes his way over towards you. A little bit of a belly on this guy, but strong features, strong. You realize you have to be pretty tough to handle, and he's scarred up and stuff from being bit and scratched from the sheer amount of creatures in this place. And he's like, "Well, shoot. Look at y'all back here in my shop. How's it go? How's crazy? He's not in here, right? I don't want to see him
I think
right
he's
now."
up.
And he's like, "That's great. As long as he's up on the roof, I don't mind none. I'm so relieved that you went and took that wonderful, wonderful mount off my hands, because my eyes is just, I can't, no." So, what brings y'all back here? You looking for more food? You keep buying all the weird stuff I'm bringing in, so what else can I get for you? He goes, "I got this thing," and he points, and it looks like imagine a pterodactyl, but like the size of like a cat. He's like, "I just got this guy in down from Chult. I got 2 of them."
Ooh.
How
And he
much?
And he goes, "They are wicked fast. Some of the fastest flyers I've ever gotten in here, around here." And you can kind of see they've got like a green pattern, but they almost have like a toucan style snout, right? It's got the blue and the red. And he goes, well, for your average customer, well, he goes, so you're actually looking to be getting one because you guys come in here. I'll be honest, you're some of the best business I ever have here in this shop. You come in, you're buying all sorts of stuff. So I'll be willing to part with it for a little bit less if you're serious. He goes, but I got other things. I don't know why you're here, but I got other things I'd be willing to sell you if you're interested.
Do you
Well-
see how serious Rosalind's face is?
And he's like, no, I've seen it before. I've sold many a thing to this fine young lady. They also took me out to this wonderful club where I learned about a whole new kind of music that I liked. And then I heard they disappeared, and then they were brought and rescued back for some wedding. And now there's another orphanage open up. There's been a whole lot of stuff going on here in Waterdeep. It's a crazy, crazy time.
I was Daft Monk. We'll take you to a show, Rid. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Then he goes, for you, he goes, I can't. He goes, I'd be willing to part with it for like 250 gold pieces. That's about half off what I'd sell it to an average person. They're not too common. They're hard as hell to catch, and I had to import them all the way here from Cholt. We lost a couple on the way over, unfortunately.
Okay. That is really sad. What are these called?
He goes, well, they are called a name, but goes, I don't like to say it because it's a little difficult for me to say it. I feel a little dumb when I do.
Well, we don't know what it is, so you're
That's
not
true. I could just lie to you, and then you would never know.
You could, but that'd be mean.
Lizards.
No, he says, no, that would be mean. It's a Nemicolopterus. That's the name of it. Yeah. Do you get that?
Nemicolopterus.
That is correct.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're not here for me. We're not here for me. Okay, maybe we'll come back. I don't know. You drive a hard bargain. You're really trying to get me here. You always do. We're looking for mounts.
This is all on you.
Then he goes, all right, so what brings you here then? If you're not looking for yourself, what can I do for you?
Red.
Does your heart say big lizard, big bird, or big horse?
Or all of them.
Does my heart say?
Well, he's like, if you're looking for riding mounts, so I got those, obviously, as they stated so very eloquently. I've also got these, and he points to this thing, and it looks basically like a cross between like a mountain goat and like a buffalo, if that makes sense.
Cool.
So it's an auric, is what those are called. They're mountain creatures. They're relatively quick. He's like, I got one of these. He goes, these things also ridiculously hard to catch. Did you know that there are cats out there like this fella right here that have magical means of avoiding detection? I didn't even know that was a thing. Then it turns out that wizards can do it. Turns out this guy,
Magic lion?
they call it, they say his non-detection is a spell. I never heard of it myself. But he goes, he goes, take a look at this guy. And it's like a big, it looks sort of like a lion. It's a big white cat.
Oh no.
Oh no, look at Leo's face.
And he goes, and get this, right? So not only is this guy he's able to avoid being detected if he doesn't want to be detected. And get this, it's even crazier. He's got some sort of natural, innate ability to return some kinds of magic that's thrown at him. He reflects it back at the caster. I don't even get it. Don't make no sense. I watched a wizard shoot a little fire beam at it, and a beam shot right back at him.
I asked Wigman what he thinks. Wigman.
And Wingman is a cat, right?
Yeah.
A hyper intelligent cat as far as they go, and like Wingman's vibe and what you're getting from Wingman is basically like indifference, but also like with that tinge of jealousy, like you'd get from any cat.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. I calm down. I'm like, all right, it's a beautiful creature, but
They say, I don't know. Did you know?
Stop it,
He
Jack.
goes, did you know that spell? Did you know? Did you know that spells come in levels? Because I didn't know that. I just thought there's magic, and spells come in like levels. And
Yeah,
that
harder. Yeah.
that wizard man, he said spells that come after this thing of 7th level or lower get reflected back into caster if it avoids it. It's crazy. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
This cat is so much more badass than I am.
What the hell?
Somebody better get this
guys?
fucking cat, I swear to God.
Okay, I want the cat.
Guys. Yeah, get the cat.
Can you ride the cat, or is it just
Yeah,
living
no,
there?
it's a
You better
cat.
be able to ride the cat.
He
I mean,
will
you
also
just
he'll
take the cat
also
with us, too.
he'll also just for point of fact he'll gesture to a big tank. He's got like a real big sea turtle. Goes
Cool, cool.
probably not useful for you because, but I got it.
I still want it.
This building is huge. This must be like a Costco-sized pet store.
And he's like, I've got this, and and he goes, again, probably not the most useful given your scenario, but it's like a giant crayfish.
Cool.
So it's like the size of it's like a size of a horse. This crayfish. What else does he got? Let me continue here.
But you said a big cat that looks kind of like a lion.
Yeah.
So I don't think we
Wants
need
to sound
anything
just
else.
like-
And he's like,
So-
I got a couple of these guys here also on our trip to Chult, and there's a couple of other dinosaurs that these ones have what you could describe as a large hardened dome on the top of their head, as if the bone has hardened to some sort of cap. And there's 2 of them, and you see them ramming heads into one another.
What are those called?
And he goes, that's a Pachycephalosaurus.
Fine.
Who the what, Hana?
And he goes, I just call them Packies. Because
I'm
it's
gonna
easy.
go inspect them deeply for wild shape purposes.
Okay, reasonable.
Packies.
Yep. That there Pachycephalosaurus, but Packy is what I call them for short. They don't seem to mind none, so I'm okay with it. Oh, and he's got this fucking big ass spider, like this like, and it's a different kind of spider than blue. And he goes, this guy, get this, he don't even spin webs. I don't understand it. I thought spider web. It's in the name, right? But no, he don't spin any webs.
What does he do instead?
He goes, jumps like a motherfucker.
That's
Like-
terrifying.
He goes, the farthest I clocked this guy at, 90 feet.
Holy smokes.
How'd you get him back?
Well, I back up.
He goes, well, that's when I mostly it was some running away, and he was coming after me.
Yeah.
And he goes, and his legs are sticky leg, grabs you, and it don't let go. I don't get it.
How is Dirk alive?
He's
Dirt-
scrappy.
Gonna go all like Steve Irwin.
Yeah, he's very scrappy.
Oh my god.
Scrappy.
He does continue to refer to all of these people who are his friends that he seems to be like out with when he's dealing with all of these things. He's got this wizard that he's been mentioning. So like he clearly doesn't do this alone, but like you also get the feeling that he must hire out people, but he also just loves animals and loves being around things.
Like
Crikey.
Crikey.
Hagrid.
Yeah, he's not as burly and hairy as Hagrid, but he's definitely got that vibe. Yeah, basically, like if he could raise a dragon, he would try to raise a dragon. Dirk would try to raise a
That
dragon.
Adela likes a little wispy across her face, I hear.
What?
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 And he goes, all right, so he goes, so I got all these. It's like, what? So was it the cat you wanted? The cat was that
I
was the
think
plan?
Someone is very drawn to the cat. Rid's just kind of gonna look over at Leo.
Get the cat. I can't have the cat. You know.
Then he
you know
goes,
what
why
I mean?
why can't you have the cat?
Oh, wingman.
And he goes,
You know how cats are.
yeah, but like they say, don't they say that when you get to? He goes, don't they say that? I'll tell you what I say because this is how I. You get a couple cats that don't really like each other at first; they just hate each other, and then like after a while, they're just like whatever, because they're cats, and that's how they deal with shit.
You don't have to sleep with him tomorrow or tonight, so you don't have to deal with it.
And he like gives you like a weird eye, like, all right.
Leo doesn't get it. He's my cat. He
Right.
sleeps in my room.
Yeah, Pygot is all over this shit.
Oh god. Oh, our beautiful lion children.
And he's just like, well, he goes like, I only got the one, so I can't promise it'll be here forever.
You
But-
should absolutely
We're getting the cat.
take the
Don't
cat.
sell that cat to anyone else other than us. Red.
How much is the cat, Dirk?
How much is the cat?
Okay, well, the cat is white and I'm white. Look at this. Look at the skin color.
It's perfect.
Like my
No one
skin
will
color
ever
matches-
see you.
And you can even be
Perfect.
all white. Could you imagine if we went back to the snowy place? We killed that white dragon?
He's like, you killed another dragon?
Oh, yeah. We totally did.
We're kind of awesome.
He's like,
Which we also would hope that you can taxidermy if we.
and he goes, well, shit, I ain't never taxidermied a dragon. I'm up. I'm up to that challenge. What do you get? Let me see it. Let's see this dragon.
Here you go.
I
Here you
will,
go.
I will pull out my hole, try to hide the dead body.
I feel like Dirk's on the level. He'd get it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because sure.
Yeah.
And then you go down with your ladder and you like slowly have to probably have somebody help you bring up
Leo,
I'm on it.
Leo,
Yep.
get the muscle in there.
and you bring out just like this big ass adult dragon head and he's like takes his cap off and he's like
We
Yeah.
did that.
and he goes, well damn ladies, that's something right there. I tell you what, I never taxidermied a dragon before, but I'm gonna do my very best. And
help.
and he goes, this one's for me. No charge on taxidermying the dragon. This is like a bucket list. You guys know about bucket lists?
I know all about them.
I know about bucket lists.
And he's like, well, taxidermy a dragon was not on my bucket list about 10 minutes ago, but it is now, so now I gotta do it.
Yeah, the
Give 'em
bucket
a
list
hump.
you never knew you had. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't know what they call that, but that's what it is, so I'm gonna taxidermy it.
I didn't know that killing a dragon was on my bucket list until it happened. So
He's like, well, it's just a meet and a firsts, ain't it? So you want this here cat, is what you're saying.
yeah, I think I really want the cat. I wink at Leo.
And I'm like,
And he's
"You want-
like-
you should get it.
And he's like, all right, well, he goes, now, y'all are great, and you showed me a real good time that one night, and we had a blast. And, but, like, I do also run a business, and this one was not easy to attain, so I feel like I am still going to have to charge you, 1,500 gold pieces for this here cat. That reasonable?
Okay. Do we all pretend that is a problem? Oh.
Oh, you know,
I like
I
turn
got
up my
some-
pockets and
Put some lint on the table.
yeah, I have some lint. I have all of 132 gold pieces.
Odella will just pull out 1,500 gold and be like, "Here, Dirk."
Oh.
And he's like, damn, ladies, you never cease to amaze me.
Dirk, though, if we're going to be paying you this top dollar, you knew what we spoke about that one time. We're gonna need a ribbon for this guy.
And
Tie it up.
he's like, you got it. And he goes, and he like goes and he like takes out the ribbon, and he's just like, now, he goes, maybe I'm out of place here, and if I am, you could just tell me to shut up, and there ain't no worries here. But y'all are doing crazy things. I got Dragon Head here in my shop right now because y'all killed a dragon, and you come in here and you buy my weird ass pets and nobody seems to like. and that's awesome because it gets him out of my shop. And again, I feel like I should pay you to take Crazy Eyes. And he goes, but would y'all mind, like, if you could? And he kind of like is like twisting his cap in his hand
Well,
in
just
nervousness.
let us know, Dirk.
And he's like, would you mind, like, maybe like telling people about my shop so that more people would come and visit? Because he's like, y'all come whenever you can, and I appreciate it, but like, it ain't too often that people come by and visit. I think I might have a real strong personality, and that might deter people from coming to visit. So, there was another group that came in one time, and they bought some weird stuff. They bought my own Lasuda dragon, and they also bought another wing cat. And like, yeah, selling pet food and all that is all right. Like, I do okay on that, but just if more people knew about the shop, I'd really appreciate it.
Do you have business cards?
And he's like, well, I got some, and he pulls out, they're like miscut, like pieces of like cardboard that he cut and hand wrote on. He's like, I got these.
My good man, we will spread the word. Your shops will be full of customers in no time at all. Wherever we go, your name will go. I will sing. You know what? But I will make you a jingle, friend.
What is the name of your shop, Dirk?
That is,
What is the name of
No.
your shop? Oh, I know what to rhyme.
We will share the name of your shop everywhere we go.
What is it?
What's it called again?
I never read the sign. What is it?
Yeah, I don't know. We just walked
Yes,
in.
we're in.
We were just like, we want pets, and you were like, you find Dirk, and I don't remember ever giving a name of his store.
I did give it a name. Let me see.
And you know what, guys? We should also, underneath where we mount the dragon head, put like a little plaque saying who did the work on it, so he can get taxidermy work.
He should totally do that.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna have to get you the name because I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Dirk, don't even feel. I'm surprised you didn't ask us to do this sooner. You shouldn't have felt any sort of hesitance to ask us this. Of course, we'll tell everybody to come here.
You're my best friend in Waterdeep.
And he's you see his eyes are getting a little misty as you guys are saying all this stuff to him, and he's like, well, y'all are my friends, so I didn't want to go, I didn't want to do anything that might harm our friendship, and I didn't want to risk it because that means more to me than my business doing well. And it's the Old Monster Shop is the name of
The Old Monster Shop.
Oh, Dirk, you're great. And soon everybody will know how great you are because Leo is loud.
So loud.
The loudest.
Trained professionally loud, one might say.
But like good at being loud.
Mhm,
Yeah, in tune and everything.
mhm. It's true.
Dirk, all we ask in return is that you put these business cards on your desk.
And he's like, of course. Yeah, why? And they'll like clear a bunch of shit off the counter.
Dirk, what's your favorite kind of pie?
And he's like, wow. My friends want to know what my favorite pie is. And he's like, I really like sweet potato pie.
Nice choice.
I'm a walking stereotype for Dirk. Feel so bad.
How about
He's our best friend. It's fine.
How about we name the sweet potato pie at the Primpin Pie after Dirk, and that way people can be like, well, who's Dirk? And then we'll tell them about his shop.
Mhm. And then I can put marshmallows on the top and I can flame them so they get all toasty. It's going to be such a good pie.
And he's like, where is this shop again? I think you might. I think you might have told me once before, but I was just like, I want to go and eat one of these pies.
Oh,
And also, I want to patronage your shop as well. You've done so much for me. I feel like it's only fair that I return the favor.
Well, it's 60 days away from here, apparently.
And he's like,
but it's in Scornubel.
he's like, well, all right, so it's a ways, but I will make a trip when I am able.
Yeah, if you're ever in the area, like hunting some strange beasties, just stop on by.
And he's like, well, I will do my best.
And you can eat your pie in a bath.
And he's like, hold up. No. He's like, you're lying right now to me. That seems like, I see, now when you say it out loud, it seems kind of crazy because you're like, pies and a bathtub does not really make a whole lick of sense. But then you take them and you're like, I really like to eat pies and I really like enjoying a nice warm bath. So you put them together and that just makes sense.
That's our business model.
He goes, I applaud your business model.
Thank you.
We might be opening up a satellite location here in the future.
And he's like, don't you tempt me with those things. Do not. And he
Since we're here all the time. And she looks at like Roswin and Leo.
Yeah.
This is my first time, but I'm probably going to be back. I mean, I'm just going to be real honest with you. This place is really cool.
And he's like, well, thank you. I really do appreciate it.
And one day when I retire and I have an orphanage in the woods, I'm totally going to come buy a bunch of things from here for all the kids to play with.
And he's like, I'll make sure that they all got bows and ribbons.
I wouldn't buy them otherwise. Jeez. All right.
Oh, Dirk, do you also happen to know somebody who would be interested in buying other dragon parts?
Or making a suit out of dragon parts.
And he goes, well, which one?
No, both.
All right, so both. He goes, let me think about it, because I got some friends that, you know, them wizardly types, they like all sorts of dragon bits. Whether or not it actually does anything to help with any of their spells, I think they think that it does. So I feel like they'll probably go for it. And you're looking for some sort of magic-y dragon tailor man. And he goes,
Yeah.
Or woman.
or woman, or person.
Yep.
And he goes, well, I know, like there's
Or
a
non-person, honestly. I mean, if they can make a
Literally anybody who has
And-
this skill.
Yeah.
And he goes, it's not something I hear too much about, the dragon crafting. But, he goes, you know what? He goes, I know of a silk dealer. Dragon parts ain't really silk, though, so I don't really know if they'll...
Is his name Nathan?
He goes, well, I do know Nathan, yes.
Was that the person that you were talking about?
And he goes, yeah, I do. That is the name. He's new, up-and-coming silk, well, purveyor of fine silk goods, but silk don't really seem like the same as dragon bits.
No, but he seems like an enterprising fellow, so he might know where to go. So we should pay a visit to good old Nathan.
And he goes, so that may be something to look into, possibly. He goes, basically, I mean, if you go around the Blackstaff Tower, anywhere around there, you'll probably find somebody, the wizardly arcane types. They might be able to get you what you're looking for.
Okay. So are we good here with Dirk, guys?
I don't
I'm
want to
just-
say goodbye, but
Can I just be like over there petting the new not lion?
Yes.
Cool, because that's all I've been doing for this entire conversation. Because I have no clue who the fuck Nathan is.
Can I read you my first draft jingle?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Creepies, crawlies, furry bodies, talons, claws, or little paws. Find them all, cute or scary, tall, fat, or hairy. The old monster shop is your stop to find a friend today.
oh,
That's great, but it doesn't say where it's at.
jingle, and then you go call 1-900.
And it's on the screen. Like
Fair
Leo
enough.
doesn't have to say
Fair
it.
enough.
Leo's face does the grabs the attention, and then you just put the information in front of them.
And
Does
then they
anybody
get there
have
expecting
Skywrite?
Leo, and it's dark.
I
Where's the pretty guy from TV?
Wait a minute.
okay, Katie. Or Roswin, I know exactly what you should do. You should prep Skywrite, and we'll just Skywrite an advertisement.
I think Skyrate is a ritual spell too, so you don't have to
Perfect.
spend a spell slot to do it.
Endless.
So he'll also tell you that philanters, filters, and components is an herbalism apothecary shop in the Castle Ward. They may be a bet to try to sell your bitch to a magic attack.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, can we just say
Can we
that we
just
sell stuff?
sell it?
Yes, we can do that, and we'll figure out what that is. And then it just so happens that as you are leaving
Perfect.
Dirk's shop, a little squirrel scurries back over to you, and you get the message that the council, in Dylan's voice, that the council has been summoned.
That's
Let
the
us
leaf
go.
man squirrel, right?
Correct. Yes, Leafman Squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Let's
See, I'm
go.
catching on. Rid is looking proud of herself.
Yes.
Ooh, can I hop in a bathroom before we go visit like a council? Because that sounds kind of like official.
Yeah, I think there's a squatty potty over there.
It's called the sewer. Multiple times.
That's good. That works. I need a closed door, and that's about it.
sure.
So, yeah, I'll duck away for just a quick second and change into Rid's Waterdeep persona
hmm
that she has kind of worn since she first moved here. And so when she comes out, she's no longer Rid. In fact, they look a little bit kind of like newsy. She has a hat. They have a hat now. She is now they for a while. So they have a hat that's Newsy's hat. Who knows where it came from? They had it in their bag. It's fine. Still got the red jacket, but it's changed to like kind of a brown color, and they just look very like kind of tall, skinny, long-ish hair, but like not too long. And yeah, they're like, "Hey, okay, I'm ready. Good to go."
This is never gonna get less weird, is it?
Yeah. Who's this?
Oh, right. Yep. Sure. I'm Remy.
Remy?
Yeah, Remy.
That's
Nice
the name
to
of
meet
my links.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
is
so
great.
cool.
I hope you get to meet them later. I like your hat.
Thank you. Me too. I think it's very fashionable. They did those. They did the whole little like,
Ooh, very cool. I don't
and
know.
then
might be
looks
cooler
over
than
at Leo and is just like,
Did you just stick your tongue out at me? I'm just like,
Cheeky.
this is no one I've slept with, right? Like Leo just goes through the counter.
Just
I'm
make-
gonna.
no.
Yeah. All right.
No, it's in his head. He's just like,
Yeah.
okay, no, we're
Yeah.
fine.
No. Yeah.
I think that's why he's a little on edge also, because he never knows. And that might pop up. I don't know. He's
Red
just
just
paranoid.
turns into
One of these
Alyssa at one
days.
point.
Yeah, well, and that. Yeah.
It doesn't even matter, just so long as Rid can turn into maybe. Okay, this is now Rid's new side quest: is find out an ex of Leo's that he doesn't know she knows, so that she can totally psych him out at some point.
He's so scared. He's yeah.
Leo's worst nightmare.
Mm.
All right, let's go to
Okay.
the council.
So you go to the council, and you guys walk in. Remy. This is your first time in this room. The council is basically you kind of go into a larger estate kind of chamber, and it's a round room, and you see there are several folks of varying races and different degrees of finery. You see, you know, the five of you, or the four of you walk in, you see Dylan, who you met earlier, and then you see there is some people, and they're all wearing different iconography, which you would know, having been in Waterdeep for a while, that these are basically the main five faction: the Harpers, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Emerald Enclave. There's a lot of Lord's Alliance members, and there is one person representing the Zentarum. It was previously ruled kind of by Lord Neverember of Neverwinter, but in recent political uprisings, he has been deposed, and now Lady Laurel Silverhand is kind of the head of this council. So Anthar Froom is there, who greets Leo with a hearty, Beastmaster, yeah.
Yeah. Let's touch each other's armpits.
Yeah.
We're real men.
Human paladin. You see Dylan, and his wolf is there as well. Which I don't remember what the wolf's name is, but we're gonna call it Garm. Okay, Garm. Laurel Silverhand. Then you can see again Dagalt Neverember. There's a dwarf there, Conrad Brawnanvil of Mithril Hall. Marshal Ravengard, King Melindrak of the Elves, who you heard them mention. Good old Thunder Spells, Sir Esteval, and Ryan Nightshade, as well as a woman that Odella and Roswin had met before, named Elia. You had met her previously. She is there as well. So they say, as you walk in, there's conversation going and murmuring and back and forth. Some of it with disdain, other just kind of with interest, and then it kind of goes silent as you guys walk in. And Leosin is by the door, and he walks up because he's sort of been your sort of announcer representative. He's a half-elven monk of the Harpers.
I nudge Odella.
And he does.
Odella is very professional right now.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Robin is not.
He does stand next to Odella. And he kind of whispers.
Stand on the other side of Odella.
And he whispers sort of back over his shoulder to you, and he double takes when he sees Remy, because he's and he just shrugs it off, all right, I guess they got somebody new again.
Remy, Leosin, Remy.
And he's like, well,
they're awesome.
And he's
helped out a lot.
He's like, wow, I don't know what. Good luck. And he leads you guys in, and he's like, the Belladonnas. And Dylan gets up to kind of walk over to your guys' side, and you see that King Melindrak is not necessarily pleased at what's going on at this.
Fair.
And Lady Laurel Silverhand kind of calls for silence and quells the room of the murmurs, and says, well, as we've done in the past, why don't we have you why don't you recount for us? We've heard Dylan's accounting, hence the council being drawn, but why don't you tell us in your own words what happened and what the outcome is and where we stand at the moment.
Could I make a performance check to tell them this tale?
Absolutely, yeah. We're not going to make you tell it again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I want to put a bardic, some bard magic on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Move people to tears and whatnot. Okay, that'll be a 24.
Okay, so everybody is listening intently, and you see that King Melindrak, everyone is pleased to hear that the raids on the dragon is slain and the elven villages are safe. There's just a general ease about the room. And Melindrak is just it is responding just with cold fury at the conversations about his son's betrayal. And he still seems hesitant to relinquish the elves to the front lines of the battle, but he kind of backs off. Previously, he was kind of acting as a little bit of a roadblock in the way negotiations were going, and he's angry and upset, but at the same time, it's kind of, he's like, all right, like he's not going to get in anybody's way just for the sake of getting in people's way now. So he also alleviates his any of the concerns. There was a little bit of conversation in the past about, the Arcane Brotherhood and, potential ties to the Red Wizards, because the Arcane Brotherhood just allows study of magic. They don't really discriminate who studies magic. It's magic for magic's sake. And he basically says, he's not going to get in the way, and he doesn't have any qualms about any future allegiances that the council wants to make, whether it be Red Wizards, Giants. He's on board for, as long as they're an enemy of the Cult of the Dragon, let's put an end to this. And that's basically the general rule. Is everyone seems to be relatively happy, and there's a little more like Sir Esteval specifically, right, who has issues with green dragons. He's proud and he's happy for the Belladonnas to have taken down yet another dragon, and he has history with them specifically. Ontharr Fruum is all bluster and joy for Leo getting in there and handling things front lines. And they do have a lot of questions of who Remy is, right? Because you didn't leave with a fourth ally, and you have returned with one.
Leo will look to you, Remy, and see if you want to explain it, or he will. Like, it's that.
Muted.
Okay. Yeah. You're muted. So you want me, and then I will explain, like, this companion found us on the road, but helped lead us to victory, and is now a part of our numbers, and was integral in the battle, and should be counted amongst us and praised as equally in battle.
Part of it's just that they feel that Leo's got it.
Fair.
Leo's just got it going on, and
Also, we should try to figure out a subtle way to still return the body to his family, by the way.
We should, definitely not do that here.
Well, no, I know. That's why I'm saying, like, afterwards.
Yeah.
And as the lulls of this kind of die down, they do bring up things that you guys have said, that the whereabouts of the black and blue dragon masks remain unknown, so that there is still hope that those can be acquired before they are able to make their way to the Well of the Dragon. When Elia, and as this kind of happens, Elia will step forward, and the room kind of, as she steps forward. This is an elven woman. I think elven. I think I said elven.
No, you said human.
Human?
I have
Human.
silver-haired human female, elusive member of the Harpers.
Yep. Okay.
Very
Thank you.
Interested in Lux. Strong
Yes.
handshake.
Yes. Great and wonderful notes. She steps forward, and she pulls forth from a pocket this filigreed sort of invitation looking thing, and you looking at it, you think it may actually be made of real, it's made of gold. It's not just a golden ticket, it is made of gold. And she looks to the four of you and says, we have been discussing this, and as I mentioned previously, the metallic dragons have begun to stir and realized the threat of Tiamat's rise is one of dire and apparently serious consequence. It seems as though it may actually happen. And as such, you four, or three, and then also Remy, have
I give a
been
strong nod.
have been deemed the best fit for this endeavor. There will be a council of dragons. Something like this hasn't happened for many, many a century. And as you are not aligned specifically with any one faction's goals and outcomes, it has been deemed that you are the best fit to meet with these dragons and provide the story and the scenario and convince them to join sides with the council and take action against the cult of the dragon. And she gestures out with this invitation. This is your invitation to this meeting.
Fuck yeah.
Thank
Rosamund takes it in her hands. So
Remy's just been bouncing back and forth from one foot to another, and then when they see that like this invitation has gotten handed, they're kind of like looking over and trying to see.
And he says it will be, this council is comprised of 5 ancient dragons, one of each metallic subrace.
holy shit, that's gonna be so cool.
And she says, the council has other means and things they need to attend to. This is of importance, but we recognize that this was unexpectedly sprung upon you. So, she says, I will be here when you are ready to go. Come find me, and I will take you to the Council of Dragons.
Damn, this is so cool.
Can I invite her to see if she's a dragon?
I guess?
I'm
Theo
curious.
kind of wants to bone a dragon now that he knows they can be in human forms.
Oh Lord, keep it in your pants.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Ooh, that's good.
Can Remy whisper to Roswin, my life got so much cooler the second I started hanging out with you."
25.
Thanks. I think my life got pretty much cooler when I met you too.
Am I still blessed? Do I still get blessed?
I don't remember. I think it was only. Oh, that's a saving
Yes,
throw.
then.
Anyway, saving throw and attack rolls.
Okay.
What'd you say?
25.
Mm. Mm. Nope, you can't tell.
Is she a babe?
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, she's a babe.
She's pretty hot. Like, if you had to, you realize that you're just hit like a pretty solid 20 on a 1 to scale of attractiveness. You think she's probably at like a 23.
Ooh. I don't say anything, but I think it.
All right.
As you think it, Odella nudges you. Stop.
What? I'm like, huh? I'm startled.
Rosalind keeps looking out the back, like towards the door, because she wants to go pet the giant cat more with Remy.
Okay.
This is boring.
So she says, so the council kind of basically breaks and disbands and says, we'll meet again when you return with news from the metallic dragons. And she says, I shall remain here. We will leave when you're ready.
We just have a couple of things we need to just address real quick. And then we'll be back.
Then she says, do what you need to do. I will be here.
Okay. Thank you.
She's so together.
She does. She has this air of just, yeah. Anyway, so you guys leave.
Mm-hmm.
You're now outside. There's a giant cat. You are petting it.
I run over to my giant kitty.
Yes.
Yeah, so if we can go and take care of this thing, I'm sure it won't take long, and I'm sorry to be interrupting all of this, but I don't know if I'm going to be at the top of my game until I have this situation resolved.
Don't worry, Leo. We will go home. We will take care of this.
I just gotta sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sleeping.
You
I
were
named
gonna
my cat while we were waiting. I'm sorry, I did check out a little bit at the council. I didn't know what they were talking about, but I figured it's cool because I'm with you. You. I named the cat.
What do you name him? Is it a girl or a boy?
I haven't looked.
Nature check.
I mean, it's a cat, so but it's a bigger cat.
The name stays the same.
What do you want it to be?
I rolled a 30.
You know what it is, whatever. Yeah, you have the option to choose. So,
Ugh, okay.
I mean, or
I
you
think,
could flip a coin. That's an option too.
I think this is my great big boy cat.
Okay.
I come back up. It's a boy.
Yeah, team dude.
And the cat's name is?
Gazelle.
Gazelle.
Freestyle?
That's cute.
This is Gazelle, my great big boy cat.
I like him.
And Turnip, my bunny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Put Turnip on top of Gazelle. It's going to be so cute.
Oh my
And
gosh.
put
they're
Wingman
gonna
on there
be
too.
so-
Oh my god. Let's just stack all our pets.
Oh, I can go get my bunny back from Melissa because I left him with her because I
Well,
couldn't
you don't need to.
afford him.
I
No,
mean-
I really like to get my bunny back now that I can see him.
If you want, but I have something I have to do somewhere else.
Why? You know her best. She's got a shitty
Apparently not.
Oh,
Anyway,
Odell will step in between. Leo and I will go take care of getting a lodging. Why don't you take Remy to meet Alyssa?
You two are getting a room? I don't think so.
what? No, we're getting everybody rooms. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Everybody needs rooms. Let's go get them. Come on, Odella.
Think
Well,
Odell's very confused.
all right. Well, my only question would be, logistically, you guys go to get Alyssa and you guys go to get a room somewhere. How do you find each other?
I said at the usual place.
Oh, at the usual
We
place.
got to-
Okay.
Yeah.
We always go to the same inn every time.
That's true. Yeah, all right. So you guys do that. You go and meet Alyssa, Remy, and Roswin. And Remy, you meet this like gorgeous woman at this temple of Mistra in a rainbow cat suit with like a deep plunging V-neck. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's yeah. I mean, yeah. So she's awesome. Remy decides this pretty much the second they walk in the door, and they're like, "Oh, cool! I have rainbow hair." They
And-
don't though. Like very clearly, it's like a mousy brown.
And then she's like, I'm sure you do. And she's like, and she looks to Roswin and she's like, aw, no Leo?
No, he's a giant plus.
And she chuckles. She doesn't laugh like I do. She just chuckles quietly to herself. And she's just like, well, shame. Anyway.
I think that's what you said last time you saw him too.
She's like, I did.
Hey, I left my bunny with a unicorn horn with you.
Yes.
Can I have him back?
Of course. And she will like say, stay right there. And she walks away. Saunters. She doesn't walk, she saunters. Even though it's not
I
for
boned her with another person
You're gonna what?
at the same time.
I totally missed
Weird
what you.
sexual tension now.
That's
Yes.
totally weird. I love it so much. Yeah. Yeah.
And then she returns, strutting back. You hear her heels click-clacking on the cobblestone floor. And she hands you a very well-kept and well-fed, whatever your Almirage's name is.
Floppy.
Floppy? Alright.
Yeah. I am like, oh, I rub his little belly. And I'm like, thank you for taking care of him. I can walk through trees now, so I can take him with me.
And she's like, she says, that's great. So, even more chances that I most likely won't see Leo again.
Well, I can only do this once a day. If you ever want me to bring him in, you let me know. I'll make sure to use it on something stupid.
And she's
Moonbeam at 6th level for no reason.
and she's like, I'll let you know.
All right.
You
Well-
can tell him I said hi.
Oh, I will.
Remy. Golly gee. Remy winks at Roswin at that moment. But it's like one of those like really obvious over the top like
I do it back.
And she just, her lips split into just this real big smile. And then she leaves you and just heads back to her business.
I wink one more time at Remy like that.
To really seal the deal.
Winking
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just blinking though. Like,
Wow.
all right. Well, I mean, you said that you've been to Waterdeep before, right? And so
Yeah.
is there anything that you like to do here that we don't know about? Because we're not here for long periods of time.
Yeah, I mean, I just see, I did so many things. I first moved to the city from, some place in the country. You wouldn't know where it is, small town. And it just like everything was big and cool, and so I just did it.
You're
I
so
did a
awesome.
lot of it. Thank you. I did as much of it as I could, and pretty much every window I looked in, I went in. And there are some gems I'm still discovering. Had not been to the old monster shop before. That was enough for me. But yeah, I mean, there's this tattoo parlor that I really liked. Got most of my work done there.
Wait,
Yeah, a couple of other places.
with Brittany? Did you go to Brittany?
Yeah. Wait, yeah.
Shut up! I love going to get tattoos there. She's
No way! Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah, no. She did all of this. It's like the whole sleeve.
She's just got Roswin's got like all of her pets tattooed and a bunch of random flora.
What are the chances?
Wild. It's
What are the
almost
chances?
like she tattoos everybody in Waterdeep. Well,
At least a few people.
I
The
stick
ones
my
that need
arm
to be
out.
connected for story reasons. It's fine.
I stick my arm out to go arm in arm with Remy.
Oh yeah, no, Remy's all about that life. Remy does like actually skip a little bit because everything in Remy's life is a little bit of a musical.
Oh, I love Remy.
Does Roswin skip too?
Roswin just flies next to her. And she, on the way back to the inn, she just asked Remy a bunch of questions like, if you grow your rainbow hair and then we cut it off to make me a wig, does that hurt you? Or is that like I can just have a rainbow wig whenever I want?
I think you could just have a rainbow wig whenever you want, but then I'd have to really take a long time to grow back my hair, and I'm not really sure I want to do that. No offense.
I mean, you can't just magically grow hair?
Haven't tried it.
That would have been the first thing I tried.
I need to take some pointers from you.
Well, if you stay with us, we got a lot of time to talk about this. You can bunk in my room. We totally don't have another room that's available for you to sleep in. Only my room, only in bunk beds.
Okay, I mean, sure. If there's no other room, yeah, no. Roomies.
Not true.
I've
You're
got
not-
a menagerie.
I try to hand you both a key, and Roswin just slaps it out of Leo's hand.
I'm not even going to roll deception for that. She is very clearly lying.
But Remy is very clearly gullible. So
Great.
Cute.
All right, so
Remy is literally Rid's I just moved to New York to get to Broadway persona.
Yeah.
And then,
I love it so much. Oh,
So
All
in
right.
the meantime, Odella and Leo have secured a room. Any-
Also, Odella has taken Leo aside, and after they get to the room, kind of like sits him down in the tavern area before Roswin and Remy have a chance to get there. And she's like, Leo,
Mm-hmm.
I know this upcoming reunion might be a little stressful for you. And I just want you to know that I'm there for you if you need anything.
Thank you.
You helped me out a lot. And I really appreciate it. And if there's any way that I can pay you back for that, then I will.
You don't have to pay me back for anything. It's something I would do 1,000 times again for you.
Well, I appreciate it.
I haven't been able to talk to you about how are you doing with all of that? Seems like sometimes we don't even get a chance to breathe in between all of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I've processed everything yet, but for right now, I feel like we just have to keep moving forward. I'm not sure that I will have a chance to process it for a while.
That's true. I guess we can process everything once we've killed all the dragons and Tiamat is dead.
This seems like a good time.
Do you ever think about what might happen after we, take care of that?
I mean, I hope that I can just settle down with the business, and we seem to have a good thing going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there something that you want to do afterwards, or?
He laughs and takes a drink. Oh, no, I don't know. I guess I don't know. This feels like the adventure, I don't know how can I explain that. It has me thinking a lot about what I'm going to do after this, and then like having my dad come back in here, and I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about what happens if I survive this. There's always the implication that I'm not going to, right? Based on what I do. And so it's scary when you start thinking about like what comes beyond that. What if I do get through this, and who do I want to be with? Where do I want to spend my time? Just makes you think a lot about a lot of things.
I suppose. But you are going to survive this, if I have anything to say about it. Right?
I'm not coming back as a weird old lady.
I can't do that, so it'd be
Okay,
impressive
perfect.
if you did.
Perfect. Who knows?
But if you do come back as a weird old lady, we'll still love you, Leo.
I think that's probably when Roswin walks into the room with Remy. If you do come back as a weird old lady, we'll still love you.
Oh, fun. Who's a weird old lady?
God, you have to learn all about this spell that Roz can do. It's horrible.
Oh, it's freaking great. I can reincarnate people. I brought back this little old lady as a male dwarf, and this other guy, he came back and he was like a prepubescent teen, but he was a man though. It was really unfortunate. He got a lot uglier.
Yep. That's what that was.
I forgot that we brought him back as Steven Universe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna keep drinking.
All right. So you are there. Roswin has Floppy now with her.
Alyssa says hello. She says, tell him I said, hey, is what she said.
That's a good sexy voice, Roswin.
Thanks, I've been practicing.
For who?
Just in my room by myself.
You can be sexy for yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't know how to handle that. How was she? Was she mad? What?
No, she seemed like she really wanted to see you.
She smiled a lot.
She smiled a lot. And she was in heels and that cat suit.
I mean, when is she not in heels and a cat suit?
I know, that's why she's the best lady in town. That's what
That
I'm
one
saying.
that one time you
Like
went
my
to the
hair.
bar. She was
that's
she was
true.
in jeans and a t-shirt and flats.
She's in jeans. I didn't even know they had jeans.
Yeah, the
This time
equivalency.
period.
If
Fantasy
The
jeans.
Mistra works in mysterious ways.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
When
That
you
wish
worship-
spell goes a long way.
When you worship the god of magic, she can grant denim. That's how that works.
And
You
look
can-
at
you can do it.
Floppy. She's in such good health. You know she's also a nurturer.
No comment.
I'm just saying, she really seems like someone you can settle down with. That wouldn't make things weird.
Oh my god.
I give you a weird look.
I feel like Rosamund is just giving all the side eye to Odella and Leo. Like, right now.
Oh yeah.
We haven't done anything.
I didn't say you did anything.
Mm-hmm. You're being so weird today, Roswin.
I'm weird every day. That's my thing.
Okay.
Odella kind of shrugs and like nods.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else I want to do.
Okay, so you guys will sleep for the night.
In the
Can I
bunk
sleep on
beds.
Gazelle?
Sure.
Can we all sleep on Gazelle?
The size of a horse.
Party.
The size of a horse. So 2 people.
Eyes of a source.
Highs of a source. 2 people can sleep on Gazelle.
Okay, well, it's obviously Remy and Roswin.
Yes.
Sorry, Leo.
And Floppy and Turnip, who are now best friends, we're forcing it.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we've like
I
been
think
like
we-
every time they like walk away from each other, we pick one of them up and move them back over.
I think we need to get bigger beds at the Primp and Pie. This is gonna make slumber
have-
parties harder.
I don't know if you've noticed the bed size in Odella's room with the River Pie, but I believe it's 4 beds wide because
Yes.
Rosamund already said that she brings in all of her pets into my room in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I don't like sleeping by myself.
You don't have
Okay.
to.
I don't. Well, good night, everybody. Have sweet dreams.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna cuddle up in the fur, and I'm gonna swaddle myself like a burrito, and I'm gonna look out the window and say a little prayer to my girl, Selene. Then I'm gonna go to bed.
There's
Yeah,
so
I don't
much
imagine Leo sleeps much tonight. He's nervous.
fair. Also, for those of you who have the Twitch chat open, this right here appearing on screen, this is what Gazelle looks like. So,
I like it. I think it's Gazelle freestyle with Tony. Little.
Whoa. He's beautiful and huge.
I'll leave that up there for later. We'll move him over here to block out the white dragon headed team and put him over here by Remy for a little bit here. Anyway, so that's till everybody catches up. All right, so you guys wake up the next morning, refreshed, spells ready to travel.
I'm ready to hug a
Dad.
tree.
Dad.
Oh God.
Leo is weird all morning. He's just weird. He's a weird, moody mess.
Odella occasionally like rubs his shoulder and like tries to be encouraging.
He's like, yeah, okay. Where's my bag? And he keeps like combing his hair. He just can't stop combing his hair.
Got
You
it.
want me to braid it?
Hmm?
You want me to braid it?
No, it's,
Fiddling with it a lot.
no, it's I
Eyebrows?
just
No.
no. Let's go,
Okay.
please. Let's just
I
get this
find
over
it-
with.
You're gonna be great.
Oh, at some point I ask what I should do with the body of Narrowvein before we like
Oh,
go to
right.
bed.
Wait, still in there.
We're so bad at disposing of the body. We just take it.
Where do we hide the body?
Where do we put the body, please?
Can we have?
We'll say you can have disposed of it.
Okay.
So, I don't know if this will
I
come
give it-
through, but that is the body right there. I know it's too washed out from the ring light.
That body looks
You
really
should.
majestic for 2 days dead.
Yeah, seriously.
So windblown.
That's what they look like.
Nice.
Anyway. So. Okay.
I'll be really awkward. Just call up Leosin, and he'll be like, "Oh, hey," and then I'll be like, "Oh,
Here's a dead body. Bye. And he is just like, like business as usual, Harper stuff. Move the body around with no one knowing. So you do. And then you take the time to find a tree, one that you know, one that will take you to the tree that you know in Scornubel, and you pop out of the tree in Scornubel.
The one behind the Primpton Pie.
Yep. You guys are right there.
Making sure my armor's shiny.
Remy, come on, let me show you my room.
Remy,
climb up the steps.
Yeah, I have stairs leading from the garden into my room.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes my horse comes up these stairs.
What?
That is very talented.
He's never been inside our establishment. That would be irresponsible.
Ever.
Husband, don't bring horses inside. I feel like that's common sense. How do you get it back down
violation.
again?
He's my best friend.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, Leo's dying. We have
all right,
7.
you guys go. So I guess Remy and Roswin go upstairs through the back stairs door from the garden into Roswin's room on the second floor of the Primpin Pie. And walking around the back from the garden to the front entrance, I guess, is Leo.
There's a back entrance.
You guys going in the? Are you going in the back entrance, Leo and Odella? Or are you going in the front?
I'll go in the front.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna hide.
Yeah,
I'm gonna face
what
this
has
man.
Gary
Face him
been
square in the eyes.
Okay. So you guys make your way. Sorry, you said something, Laura, and I.
No, it's okay. We'll
Okay.
deal with Leo's dad. I'm sure Gary's around somewhere.
He's around, yeah.
Making trouble.
I hope he's in Roswin's room. And so
It's just like graffiti on all the walls with like a marker. And like Roswin comes in, he's like, "Oh, no!"
I immediately like kick him into the wall.
As soon as you appear, as though he weren't expecting it, Gary is present. He's there, ready to attend to you. And before you head upstairs, Remy, you see a small black skeletal creature with large oversized fangs that seems to be a manservant for Odella.
This is Gary. He's fine.
And then you guys go upstairs.
And as I'm going up the stairs, I'm like, don't ever trust Gary. He almost got me killed.
Whoa.
Yeah, real fucked up. I can't even believe he's still here.
Whoa. Dear tell.
I tell her all about the story where I got 5-finger death punch because Gary wouldn't bring me a quiche.
If that's not
The actual story.
Katie, can you please quote that? Because if that is not the Belladonnas in a sentence, I don't know what is. I tell her the time I got 5-finger death punch because Gary wouldn't bring me a quiche. All right.
The shenanigans.
Oh,
So coming in the back entrance, Gary in tow. Odella
We're going in
and
the front.
we're
Going in the-
front.
going in the front entrance. So Odella and Leo with Gary in tow. You enter into the base floor of the Primpin Pie. You see familiar faces. You see everything's all patched up as expected. Things are back the way they were. You know that your security work that you had asked for had been installed as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a handful of people, drinks, slices of pie.
Happy to see that our business is still
Business is booming,
Yeah.
or as at least, going well.
I mean, it's like morning. I don't expect a ton of people to be here.
And at a table in the corner with a plate devoid of pie is a man, an older gentleman who seemingly eyes find you, Leo, immediately, and your eyes lock with him. Has aged exceptionally well. Looks to be, I don't know, hard to say. 50s, maybe. It's really hard to say though, because it's even though there is experience and age here, the features are still, they're not like deep set and wrinkled. Someone clearly very charismatic.
Mhm.
There is like a goatee kind of going on. And stands up as you begin to approach. You know what? I said I was gonna do it, so let me retcon that. It's Aladdin's dad. We'll make it. It's Aladdin's dad. Looks just like Aladdin's dad.
Hot dad alert.
Yeah,
Hot
it looks
dad.
just like Aladdin's dad.
Perfect.
So stands up as he sees you walk in, Leo. Begins to take steps forward towards you.
Odella really quickly is like, "Do you want me to go? Stay?"
Just stay. I
Okay.
really like if you would stay. I don't really. I think Leo, like for once, just doesn't quite know what the fuck is happening. Yeah, he'll let his father come most of the way to him before like
Yeah, he's strided about
Taking-
like halfway across the room at this point.
yeah, and he'll start walking towards him and
All right, so you guys both get close and you stop, and you see there is like a shine in his eye and a little bit of a smile as he kind of looks at you, a little, basically almost eye to eye with you, Leo, and he reaches like a hesitant but reaches out a seemingly strong and muscled hand towards
Well,
you.
shake his hand.
And you shake hands and a firm handshake, what you'd expect. And he says, I had a lot prepared for this, but
That's
hi. I'm so excited to meet you.
yeah, I can't say I had this in my back pocket, so no great speech or anything, but
And he's like, you look like you've grown up strong and well. I mean, like, it's very awkward, these two very charismatic people trying to have
yeah.
this like conversation in the middle of this place. And he's like, do you want to sit? And he like gestures over to the table he was just at.
Yeah. This is Odella, by the way. Odella, this is
You turn and you see like
I'm like-
Odella's like slowly like
oh.
Oh nope! Come
I'm
back!
like-
Come back!
This is what do I even call you?
he said, and he looks to you, Odella, and he stares deeply into your eyes and like gestures
you
out
dad.
for your hand, and he bows deeply.
Oh goodness! She'll give him his hand.
And
Her hand.
and he kisses your hand, and then he looks up, down from kissing your hand, and he says, "Milady, you just call me James."
That's really weird. For me personally, as a person,
For me
my
as a person.
husband's name.
Great.
Oh.
Well,
Nice to meet you, James.
He says, "You as well."
Let me get you some more pie. And I'll gesture to Cosmo, I guess.
Sure.
to bring us another round of pie.
Yeah.
And I guess he'll make his way back towards the table with you, Leo, to have a discussion.
mhm. Yeah, let's talk, James.
And he goes and he sits at the table, and the pie comes and he sits with you. And he says, "So you must have questions."
Sure. Lots. But I
Yes,
think a good place to start is why are you here?
And he nods. Says, "Well, that's a good one to start with." He says, "Well, if I'm being completely honest with you, for the longest time I didn't know that your mother was pregnant. So, she never said anything, and it's not like, not that I was around too often, but we parted on well enough terms, and she never had said anything to me, and it was only more recently when I heard rumors of someone, I like to keep my thumb on the pulse of society, people making a name for themselves. There's been a lot of things going on in the realms, rumors and stories of great evils and great heroes rising to deal with them. And lo and behold, over time, I learned of this Leo who'd been rising to fame with this slowly growing of popularity group, the Belladonnas, who's been taking on dragons of all things, with a little calling in a few favors and making some contacts with some people. I learned that you, Leo, are my son, and that is came as a little bit of a shock, I'll be honest. And I figured I should make an effort to meet you.
Yeah, she never talked about you. I don't know anything about you.
And he says, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I don't know why she didn't say anything. There's some things I want you to know, and I will tell you in time, of course. But it might be a little much to take right off the bat. So, but please, anything, I will answer any question you have.
You've never been interested in finding me or being a part of my life before until this moment when I have a lot of resources and I'm at a position in life. You have to understand why I find this all a bit suspicious and why I need you to tell me what you want from me right now. Why is this even happening?
That he says, I want to get to know you. I want to be a part of your life. I want
to make an insight
Of
check.
course, by all means.
Can I make some sort of check too, just to is there a resemblance between them? Because what I got from that whole conversation is Odella's just awkwardly sitting there because Leo told her to stay, is that they've never met.
Correct.
Or they don't know each other at all. So this could be just some total stranger who's just like, I'm your dad.
Dad.
Now that I've heard that you're successful, I'm related to you.
Right. That's why Leo is not comfortable or giving anything away here. He's totally fucking suspicious of this guy.
So is that a medicine check to see if I can figure out if they're really do kind of
the bridge of your nose is similar.
Can I be like Bones on the TV show Bones and be like, yes, they both have butt chins and all this other stuff?
Sure. Go for it.
I got a 17 on my insight check.
Okay.
I got a 15 on my medicine check.
All right. Well, with your medicine check, you're not entirely sure that they're related. You can see little bits. They're both very handsome, right?
I mean,
not that that's the defining feature, but you could get the feeling this isn't like a Kylo Ren. How did such a not attractive child come from such two attractive parents?
Yeah.
That doesn't work out. Um, so that and Leo, your insight check, you don't get the feeling that there's any deception here. It doesn't seem forced. There seems like there was a little awkwardness, but it seems like composure has returned. And he says, yes, now that you say it out loud like that, I realize that it seems as though I'd be here asking for something or wanting a handout or something of that nature. But no, that is not why I'm here. I want to be a part of your life. I didn't know that you were, or even that you even existed, and Justine never said anything to me, so how would I know?
All right. I suppose we can start from there.
And he says, I'm not, he says, I have my talents, sure, but, you know, I was never I never had any kind of, and I don't have any exceptionally high degree of magical prowess or things that would let me discern this kind of thing. I mean, had I known, things might have been different, but how would I have known? I travel around and I play my music and I go from city to city to entertain people and provide joy and happiness to those that I meet. And I moved on like I didn't know.
I've been carrying
Aladdin's dad.
Huh?
Touring rockstar Aladdin's dad.
Yeah, I guess at that I'm like, oh, okay, like, and Leo pulls out of his pocket that pick he's been carrying around, that blue scale dragon pick from his dad that he's been carrying around for his whole fucking life, and just slides that across the table. He's like, I don't mean to seem, I don't know, ungrateful or suspicious here, but I don't know how to do this. I've been carrying this around for all of these years, just imagining what you were like, and you're sitting here and I don't really know what to do with this. And I'm looking at Odella now. I'm just like, I don't. Are you staying here in town? Like, what?
And he's like, he says, like, I can. I mean, if you want me to go, I'll go. It's fine. I don't want to. You've got your own life and your own things that you're doing, and I don't want to interrupt that. I wanted to see you and talk to you, and I want to get to know you. And if you don't want to do that, then I'll leave. No harm, no foul.
No, I don't.
And he picks up the pick and he looks at it. And there's like a wistful memory as he kind of that kind of look of thinking back. And and there's a smile comes across his face as he looks at that, and he says, I can't believe she kept it.
Yeah. Why don't you stay here in town and I'll put you up at an inn and I'll go arrange that. I just need a minute. I just need a little bit of time. We can talk later today.
And he's like, yeah, that's, of course, yeah, whatever you take the time that you need. I have, like I said, you have questions, I'll answer them. And maybe when things are less awkward, if they ever turned out to be, which they may not, yeah, I have some things I'd like to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And he's like, and he looks to you, Odell, and he's like, well, it was lovely meeting you. Yeah. And he just gets up and he picks up his bag off the ground there, and you see as he slings the bag over his shoulder, there is a loot strapped across the back of the bag.
Ugh.
And he walks.
I think we can't handle this.
And he he walks out the door.
It was lovely to meet you, James. And then Odella will like
Oh.
sit back down.
Yeah, Leo's full head in hands, like he's doing the thing where he's crying, but he doesn't want you to see he's crying. He's just like toughing it out on the table. I don't know what to do with that. What should I do? I mean, what would you do? He's talking to you, Odell. He's like, I
mean, I think you did what you can do for now. I mean, he's here. You can talk to him whenever you want. It seems like now that you know each other a little bit, I think this is a good thing.
I hope so. I just get this feeling that it's just, if he is like me, if he is my dad, there's something else going on here, and I just can't get that out of my mind.
Listen, Leo, as from one person who never knew their father to another, if I had a chance to get all my questions answered, I would take it completely. It doesn't seem like he's here with any sort of malicious intent. And if he is, then you can be done with him. But at least then you'll know.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You're always right. You're always right. You're so good at
I'm
this.
not always right.
You're smart. And I trust you.
You want some pie? You want a Cosmo?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Both of those things would be great.
I'll rub Leo's back and then
So
go
that's
get that pie.
that's happening. What's going on upstairs in Rosalind's room?
I'm very worried.
It's all on fire.
So basically she opens her door and like the whole room has just plants growing everywhere, even from like high up where people would have to fly to put it. There's more plants hanging down. And inside the room, there's like an animate sunflower the size of a halfling sitting there trying to play cards and getting fed up with a giant toad and a lynx. And who else is in there? And there's an owl.
There's a bunny who thinks it's a snake.
Oh yeah, and my buddy who thinks he's a snake. Oh my god, I forgot about him. So there's just a bunny slithering on the floor, and then there's Remy the lynx. And I'm like, I'm home!
And all the animals come running over to you.
Whoop.
I'm like, okay, so these are all my friends that I've collected while I've been traveling. Remy, this is Remy. I think that you guys will be the best of friends.
Hi,
Just
Remy. I'm Remy.
But it's a lynx, so it's just like
It doesn't matter. I'm sure that he's really excited, but he's this more silent stoic type, So here's my bed, and it's just basically like there's a bed in there, but there's like 80,000 pillows just mounted up on top of kind of overflowing to fit more animal friends. And she's like, I'm gonna get a hammock and I'm just gonna like sling it across the top because you should totally have the bed. Unless you like cuddling. I like cuddling, but it doesn't matter. It's your room too now.
Oh, wow. This is so amazing. Like everything is so amazing. You're gonna have to teach me all of their names. I only know Remy, but that's because that one's easy to remember. Wow, Rosalind, this is really cool.
Thanks. Don't go in that corner over there though, because I'm setting that up for my sister when she comes back. So I just have a few things for her over there. But okay. You can definitely stay everywhere else. And then if you need the potties, it's right through this room. And she opens the door and there's a room with 3 bathtubs in it.
Wow.
And she's like, this is where we take baths because we like to take baths together. That was kind of like our first bonding experience in the Belladonnas. And then Leo joined, and now we still take baths, but I make sure he wears underpants because that's weird.
Only I have to wear underpants. It's so unfair.
I still wear my underpants. You can do whatever makes you feel comfortable. No pressure. You don't even have to take a bath with us. But you should probably.
Or we'll judge you.
You stink.
Well, you say that, but one time there was this one girl named Phoenix who traveled with us, and she got this unicorn mask and didn't take it off for like 2 weeks, and she stunk, and we made her take a bath.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fair. I mean, I'm all for a bath. I mean, baths are nice. Your room is nice. I really like it. Thanks for sharing it with me.
Of course. And then we can just go through and I'll show you the rest of the place. It's pretty big, not to brag. But you know, we got this storage closet that's not another room over here. It goes across this way.
Rosa,
Odell,
the size of another room?
oh no. We got like brooms.
Trying not to let her have another room.
Like we got like 3 brooms. So many because you know we gotta
They're just laying in the middle of this huge.
Oh, yeah, I mean, for a broom closet, that's a lot of brooms.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know many broom closets.
Okay, Remy, I gotta be honest with you. I've been lying to you.
What?
There's another room.
There is?
It's not a broom closet, it's the room. But
Oh, wait, are there still brooms in there?
there's not even brooms in there. I lied about that too. But if you want, you can stay there. But we have to get you furniture, which is like super inconvenient for everybody.
The bed in there already.
Roswin is making great points.
And you know, all the other rooms, Odella said there's no animals allowed in the other rooms. So what are you gonna do with your
But my babies could stay with us if we stayed in your room?
Mm-hmm.
These
You
rules,
make a
man.
very convincing argument.
She giggles nervously.
I don't know. See, here's the thing. I got excited about having a roomie first time, you know, here. And so, I don't know. It sounded fun. Like, you know, sleepover every night and stuff. It's cool.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you want to do. I mean, I'm not going to pressure you into anything. That'd be totally rude and off base. But, so yeah. Odella shares a bathroom with us, so she's just through there if you need her.
Cool.
Sometimes she locks her door, so I turn into a bug and I go in anyway. So you know, we really have no secrets here. You know, we're kind of a tight-knit group. This is Leo's room. It's very smelly a lot of the time, but Odella will go in and clean it every now and then.
But if you ever want to play with swords, there are so many.
Yeah, there's lots of swords in there.
Cool.
Sometimes there's swords in there. Well, I don't. Someone said that to me once. But yeah, and then if you just go down these stairs,
And I'll say, as you guys make your way down the stairs, you see a door, like you see like the image of like a loot, what's like on someone's back, exit out the door as the door shuts, and you see, turn to your left, and you see Leo at a table, just like a head in his hands.
oh fuck. That's Leo crying at a table in a restaurant where we serve pie. Let's go check on Leo.
I'm crying. I'm freaking out all the customers.
And I just kind of,
Oh, hey, what's up?
hey, did you meet your dad?
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
It's fine. Probably gonna talk later. I just needed a.
You could cry.
No, I wasn't crying. I just needed a breather.
You must have a leak.
Very spicy pie. Yep.
I don't think I've ever had spicy pie before. Do you all sell that here?
Well, we have a meat pie.
It's delicious.
It's called the Blue Lion. It's not blue, but it's got a lion on it.
Cool.
And
I'll
then
slide you some of my pie.
Yeah.
Try it.
That is very appreciated.
It's
Try
not
it.
that spicy. And
No,
then-
it really is. That's why I'm like
Remy
this.
takes a bite and they just kind of like keep it in
Mhm.
their mouth for a second to see, and they're like, okay, cool.
And then we've got Odella's pie, which is a mixed berry pie, which is very misleading. You know, you think somebody's a mixed berry girl, and then they say they're not.
Well, it's a pie. Roswin.
Sure it is. And that's really cool and delicious. I mean, all the recipes. I should make one for you. Is your favorite flavor boysenberry all the time, or does it change?
No, I mean, my favorite's probably chess.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it's for sure.
I like it. And then, so I'll make some pies for you and you and you. And then, but yeah, my mom taught me how to make pies. So I was like, I really want to open a pie shop. And Odella was like, I'm dirty. And
Oh,
Never
I'm
said
like,
any such thing.
no, that's what happened. So we opened up this place because it kind of combined the things that we like to do.
yeah, I mean, I sure would appreciate pies. I'm sure the other me's would appreciate pies. I mean, I appreciate baths
Hmm.
too. So I get it.
How many U's are there?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on the situation, but like I don't really count that one elf guard guy that I did back in the cave, right?
No.
Like that wasn't me. That was
Hey, you don't
Just
count
so you
anyone you
know.
do in a cave.
Now Leo knows why his dad never found him.
Leo gets
Damn.
inspiration from not the DM.
but other than that, I mean, I think there are just 4 me's that I know about. I mean, it's kind of depends on the circumstance, I guess.
There's 4? Who's
Yeah.
4?
Me, I'm 4.
Well, there's Rid, Jalar, Remy.
Yeah. No, I'm the 3rd, I guess. No, I am the 3rd. I'm for sure the 3rd.
Okay.
I'm sure
well,
you'll make the 4th one eventually.
Cool. Well, I like all of them so far. Although you're my favorite, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh,
Don't
thanks.
tell the other. Wait.
Don't
I mean, I don't think they can really take offense to that, right? They're me.
You tell me.
Nah, I'm not offended. It's fine.
Okay, great.
Cosmos for the table.
Cosmos.
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Cosmo, bring the Cosmos over. Come on.
Yes, Cosmo
I'll
brings
send
over Cosmo. Yeah, Gary goes and gets Cosmos.
Oh my
There we
God, He's
go.
gonna poison my drink.
Do you tell him to get one for Rosman too?
I do.
Then he does, but begrudgingly.
Hey,
It's
I,
only
Like
half full.
spill some of it as he like sets it on the table.
I do kind of lean over to Roswin after the drinks are ordered. And I'm like, hey, are you still gonna be cool with being roomies even if I'm not like this me all the time?
I mean, I think so. I mean, are you gonna be a big jerk when you're not this you?
I don't think so. I'll try not to be.
Okay, then I'll try not to kick you out.
I mean, there's always the broom closet.
That's yeah, no. No, but we should be fine. I mean, if others don't like something that I'm doing, we'll just make like a list of rules for each you know? Different roommate rules.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, I really like you are, so I think I'll be pretty cool, but I don't know, Jalar's pretty quiet. So
That's okay. When you're in July, then I'll just go and like hang out in the stable with Poppy.
okay. Sounds good to me.
I do it all the time. Not much different.
Rosalind is my best friend.
Shut up.
Odella's just happy that this might mean she doesn't have to share her bed with a giant toad anymore.
You see
you
relief on the
saying-
horizon.
You don't like when his mucused body touches you.
Oh my God.
Wow, when you put it that way.
So
Oh god.
you guys are all there. You have pies and cosmos and whatnot. So Leo, what's your plan?
I think after a couple hours, whatever, I'll go back over to wherever. Like I'm assuming there's like one inn. in
Yeah,
town.
you know the inn that he would likely be at.
And I'll go
Well-
there around like lunchtime or dinner time and be like, all right, let's.
Alone?
Yeah, alone.
Okay. All right. So you make your way there, and when you come,
Why did you say it like that, Ted?
When
Fuck.
no, it's fine
Stab to the gut.
for now.
I'm gonna be assassinated.
And
again.
when you make your way into the main common room, you hear the sound of lute music,
Oh, Dad.
and you see up on the stage the man you now know to be your father, just kind of like it's a kind of somber tune, like imagine Metallica's On the Road Again, right? Like it's just like the chords from that, no singing.
Yeah.
But that's what he's playing on his lute. And like it's like you're not even really sure that like this is like an official thing. Like he may have just like wandered up there and just started playing and no one's told him to get off stage.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and he just is going through the song, and then he sees the door swings open, a little bell rings as you walk in, and he kind of like looks up, and he like looks around, and he continues like to play, and he like gestures to the stool that's next to him on the stage.
Yeah, I'll take out my loot. Go play with my dad.
Yeah, so you guys play. And then, yeah, he will actually, as you start to play with him, and you take a little bit, you kind of figure out, you pick up on what he's playing.
Got a
and
jam.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he will actually start singing, basically, with a couple tweaks to the lyrics, but basically Metallica's cover of On the Road Again.
My dad is Metallica, guys.
That's pretty cool.
So, but like, you know, he's singing, and like as you do when you're typically playing music, you know, you just kind of lose yourself in the music. Oh man, I didn't even plan to go there. But you actually start to, as you're, because this isn't a song you've played before, but you start to like listen to the lyrics of the song, and like there's a lot being said here that's just being sung, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So eventually the song comes to a close. And there's like a smattering of applause from like the few people that were just in the common room, you know, concierge desk, and like people that were just hanging out. And like and he just kind of does like a solemn wave, and he gestures to you since you're his son and his accomplice here.
I will bow.
Yeah.
Acknowledge the crowd. Yeah.
And then he'll like gesture to another table that's kind of off to the side.
Yeah. Let's get some food, some drinks.
Yeah, and he'll order food and drinks, and I'll send them over. And he says, "I'm glad to see that you came to see me, and you know, that wasn't the only interaction we ever had."
I'm glad you're not a terrible player, because that would have been really disappointing. to meet my father, and he was just a terrible musician.
And he chuckles to himself, but like not really sure how to take that comment.
It was a joke. It was clearly a joke.
Yeah, all right. So
to-
then
the way you framed it.
then he laughs as well.
Yeah.
So, and he says, "Well," and like the drinks come, then you guys both start to drink. Have and he says, "So, I'm glad to see that you came. What?" He says, "Did you want to talk or?"
Yeah. I'd like to know who you are. What you've been up to.
Says, "All right, sure." Well, he says, "Where to start? Do you have anything specific that you want to know about?"
So you're a bard, you travel around.
Yes.
Any fighting history? What have you been doing? Just I don't know where to start either.
And he says, "Yeah, there's some fighting, sure. It comes with the territory, you potentially anger the wrong person, people don't like the way you play a song, or like your music, or they've had too much to drink. Things devolve into fisticuffs, and sure, I've been known to scrap with a few people, and I think I came out better for it. And you notice that there's a couple scars, but not like too much here." And he says, "I travel around and try to spread joy and through music, which is my life's greatest passion."
Do you have any family? You never... I don't know. Are you alone?
And he says, "Yeah, pretty much. It's been a kind of a loner's life for as long as I can remember. I think I may have had family when I was really, really young, but I don't remember really back then too much. So I've pretty much been doing my own thing for a while, for a long time. And, music, it came naturally to me. I was a little bit of a collector for a little while, but traveling was more. I enjoy traveling more than really settling down in one specific place."
Yeah. I'm fine with just like we talk for a while and just letting it for time's sake or for whatever. I think Leo just wants to know more, just the details and talk about his life. And
So we'll say you talk for an hour, 2 hours, and he kind of gets the vibe that you're like you're into it, right? Like there's not like...
Yeah. I'm definitely opening up as... Yeah.
Yeah, and he asks some questions, and he's just like, "So you do all this stuff with dragons, and there's a pie shop. Like I feel like you tell me there's a story there, right? Like..."
Yeah.
And he's like, "That pie is really good."
Yeah. No, it's fucking excellent. Yeah, but that's why I'm here, to make a story. I want to be a part of it. That's what I'm doing here. I think I've always been looking for the thing, the bigger thing, and this feels like it. So it's not done yet. I can't, you can't sing the whole epic until you've gone through it, right? But I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah, I get that. Probably more than you know. And he says, he like looks at you. He thinks he's kind of, and he says, "Come with me. I want to show you something."
Okay.
And I'll like take you outside of the shop there, and like into like an alleyway.
Okay.
dark alleyway.
I'm on my guard.
You're all alone.
And he sucks my blood. He's Count Dracula.
In the middle of lunchtime. And he says, I feel like I should. He says this. I don't know if this had anything to do with why your mother never spoke of me or told you anything about me. This may be a little weird, come as a bit of a shock. But I think maybe you're ready to see this.
Okay, you're just killing me with the suspense here. Come on, James.
And you watch as the form of James fades away, as though an illusion, a disguised self spell. And what you see in place of that is a beautiful, like 20 to 30-year-old woman. And she says, so this is more my true form. That was more to not alarm you. I feel like that made more sense.
What? So I'm just a little bit confused.
Does
I mean,
she still
it's-
look like Aladdin's dad?
No, I mean, not that it matters to Leo at this point, but she's
No,
really attractive.
What do you, but how can you just explain to me how does she look human?
Yes. Yeah. And they say, so, and then she's like, this is why I didn't want to do this. It's probably too much. I should have waited.
No, it's not too much. I just need like you can't just like I get it. We're a dramatic family, but like what? Yeah, I just need to know. Are you not my father, or do I have a misconception of?
I am.
Okay.
Just
How? I don't.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's so there's more.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, you hear screams coming from over in the direction in the street towards the Primp and Pie. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
What the fuck?
Fuck?
What the fuck?
We're just eating pie. We're not screaming.
First of all,
What?
Ted, I need for you to give me the birds and the bees conversation. 'cause
Yeah, I
think
don't know how
there's
this
something really
works.
wrong with your version.
Oh no, it's all right. Believe me.
Wait,
As-
is Leo's mom a dad?
What is happening?
I have gone on. I dove into deep Dungeons and Dragons lore, and I went back to obscure things. Maybe we'll figure out what that is on Monday, guys. Who
Oh
knows?
God, I hope so. Because
My Google searches are about to be so fucking weird.
yeah, I know. It's gonna get weird up in here.
So anyway, guys, we're gonna be back on Monday.
Also, side note, we just fixed the Primp and Pie, and now
And
there's
now people are attacking again.
coming from the Primp and Pie.
What?
It's almost as if Ted knows we have a shit ton of money, and so he's just like, I'm gonna just.
Let's just wreck.
It's not even. I'm not worried about the money. You guys are the #1 enemy to the largest evil force in the realm, and you set up a shop with your names attached to it. They know where you live.
I bet you this is gonna be like that little tiny blue dragon attack again. That's what this is.
Yeah, no. Maybe we just hoped that they would end the whole Tiamat thing. Come eat some pie, sit in a bath.
We're just like, but have you tried the pie?
That's the key. That's how you beat
Well,
Tiamat.
then one
5
for
really big pies.
You wouldn't be so angry if you had
And
some
you-
good pie.
You sling one large pie at each head,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and then she's just like,
Well, fuck.
well, shit. Yeah, all right. I guess that's it. Thanks, guys.
You
Back
just
to
gotta figure out which pie each head.
back to Avernus. Later. Goodbye.
Eat.
And she's out.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna go, right?
You
Yeah.
just have to promise to
No, but now,
build a
now
satellite shop in the one of the
The second level of hell.
yeah one of the levels of hell.
now people aren't gonna watch the rest of this campaign though, because you told them the ending.
Yes. Also, thank you to everybody in the chat referencing the frog DNA to fill the holes in the genetic code. That explains how life finds a
Well,
way.
I don't. This is fucking
Life
weird.
finds
I
a
don't know
way.
what's happening.
Well,
Some Jurassic Park shit.
no. It'll all be worth it. I promise.
I know.
This is why I'm so beautiful, because 2 beautiful women gave birth to me somehow. That's why.
I mean, that's
That's
part
why
of
you're
it.
so.
Are you not even human?
I don't fucking know. I don't think so at this
Is it
point.
all lies, Leo?
My character
Can
sheet
you
is
turn into
lying.
a beautiful woman, and then we'll truly be like the Belladonna?
Wow, that it's my magical girl transformation. Just waiting to happen.
Oh my god! You get a magical girl transformation.
I become a girl. I'm so magic.
Oh my god! I sure hope so.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
That would be a great side journey, turning Leo back to his proper sex.
See, you know, I've done that enough in my games where we switch people's gender.
Yeah.
And it's really just a remove curse spell, typically, is what fixes that. And it's preparable, I think, by a druid. I did it to Jake way back in the day, and he just ran with it. He's like, nope, now I'm a lady.
No. Sounds good.
And he just ran with it for probably 30 episodes as a chick. And then he's like, all right, time to get serious. And he went back to a guy, and then they died 2 episodes later. So, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
so fucking confused.
good thing we play next week.
I know, right?
Like, thank God.
That's
It's
why I
fun
was so
thing every
excited.
week.
That's why I was so excited when this opportunity arose, because I was like, yes, I can get stuff out to have it ready for next week.
Yes.
Leo's dad's reveal.
Dad's
Do
mom.
I still call
Dad,
him
Mom.
dad? Her
You-
dad?
You can. Reveal 1.
Daddy.
Daddy. I still can call. I don't know. I don't even know. So
Yeah.
confused.
PD, that campaign was over 100 episodes, I think. Pretty sure. Maybe no. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was only 50 something. I don't remember. Anyway, so let's go around the room here and say, so Katie, where does people find you and things?
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm found here on the Nerd Immersion. You can find me in the Discord if you at me. And I will be here for the 24-hour stream playing a Fire Genasi rogue named Tinder who hits on everyone.
Yay.
And don't forget to vote. Side note.
Fair.
That's important.
Vote.
Laura, what about you?
Hi, I'm Laura. You can find me on Twitter at When in Rome because I'm cool. You can also find me on the Discord. Also, fun fact, if you're confused about the layout of the Primtum Pie, there is a map available in the Discord, so you can go there and check it out. And I made it, so if you want to steal it for your campaign, go for it. I'm all for it. And I will also be playing on the 24-hour stream, I believe at 10 p.m. Eastern with Celeste. But
Yes.
my character's a secret for now, so you don't get to know.
Fair. All right. Celeste, what about you?
Hey everybody, my name is Celeste Conowitch. You can find me on Twitter at cconowitch. When I'm not here, you can check me out on my own podcast /show/stream called Venture Maidens. We stream every other Wednesday over on the Venture Maidens on Twitch. You can also find our podcast wherever podcasts are free, which is everywhere. Yep, it's an actual play D&D podcast. That, and then you can also find me. I'm one of the co-hosts for DMnastics, which is over on the DM's Block show, which you can also find wherever podcasts are free. We do cool mental exercises about Dungeons and Dragons and interact on the forums and shit. So check that out. Right at C. Conrich. Yeah, I think I got it.
Last but not least, Renee.
Hi, I'm Renee, and I got to play Remy today, and I really loved them, like a lot. So this character has been amazing, and I'm so glad to be a part of this campaign. I have so much fun, and you can find me at RayDNR on Twitter, or my new website domain, raydn.com, which I am working on updating with freelance rates for writing, editing, and community management. I'm really excited about that. I also DM for an all-women D&D podcast called Fate and the Fable Maidens. It's for all ages. It's a lot of fun, and you can find that at Fate FM Cast on social media or fatefmcast.com. I'm here every other week. I'm here on. Sorry, Ted. I'm
That's
still
okay.
talking.
I noticed that.
I'm talking a lot. I love talking.
That's good.
That's why I stream and play D&D. So Wednesdays you can find me over on Scratic Academy playing Cypher System for another few weeks. It's wild what's going down over there. And then I will also be a part of the 24-hour stream, and my character is a secret because I don't know who I'm playing yet. So far, I'm playing in a game that no one else is playing in, but I'm sure that will be figured out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also playing in it. I didn't mention it. I also don't know what my character is yet. but-
Yeah. So speaking of that, here's a link to my Extra Life page. You can see actually there's a spot to embed the stream. So you want double vision, you can watch the stream that's currently happening in that Extra Life channels page. But if you scroll down, you can see the time of the game. You can see the different session and who is playing at what time. That'll get adjusted as those people fill out the rest of the time frame. If you guys go ahead, so if you scroll further than that, you can see the rewards list for what you can donate to the players, for what you can donate to the DM, and then there's a couple of donation thresholds. If we hit $500, I don't know how much death saving throws are going to come into effect in a coffee shop, but if we hit $500, it'll go into meat grinder mode, so that's death saving throws are 15 or higher to pass. And if it hits $1,100 or more, there's now level ups happening in the game. Rather than everybody being level 5, I will scale level ups throughout the campaign of the 24 hours so people can be of higher level. That is the basis. It is a 5th level campaign set in the homebrew coffee shop in the city of Waterdeep. I've also decided, I think, because it'll be fun, that it's set in the same universe as this game. So
Yes.
it's also the end of pumpkin spice season at the coffee shop. So it's time to prepare because Minter is coming. So we'll see what happens with that. So this is also a place they can stop by in Waterdeep, is the homebrew coffee shop. Now the players in this campaign can go there and potentially interact with their other characters. We'll see if it happens. It might happen.
Leo come into the coffee shop, yes.
Yeah, sure. We'll see.
With his dad.
Yeah.
His confusing dad.
Yes, so if you want to know more about what the hell's going on with Leo's dad and that whole craziness, tune in next Monday, where we'll be back. Normally, this campaign is every other week. Our Princes of the Apocalypse group had to cancel tonight, so rather than provide you with just a rebroadcast of an old episode, everybody here could make it, so we decided to jump in, get this episode for you. These lovely ladies get to play 3 weeks in a row of this campaign, which is pretty crazy, which allows us to get to hopefully my favorite part of the game, which is the summit of the metallic dragons, which just got a text from Celeste, what is my dad, all caps, 4 question marks.
I don't have my phone.
Yeah, it's so that is something. Tomorrow night will be my homebrew campaign of Everin that takes place in this room right over here. We upgraded the cameras a little bit to... We downgraded to an older version of camera that provides better quality. Don't ask me why that makes sense. But that does allow me to have fun things where, like, I have other cameras, like, kicking around on tripods. And we're going to put a BRB cam off to the side so you can get the whole room when we're kind of changing scenes and on breaks and stuff like that. What is Celeste's dad? All caps, 4 question marks. Thank you, Renee. So that will be happening. And then again, this Saturday at 10 a.m. is the start of the Extra Life stream. If you're not familiar with Extra Life, it is a way to raise money for children's hospitals and kids in need to get them games to play and things to help make their time easier. So every donation, every dollar donated goes to that. Extra Life now has integration where I can throw a nice overlay up on the screen for the Extra Life with alerts and things like that. So we'll see when people donate. We'll have a rotating cast of people throughout the day. The time frame is roughly around 2 hours and 45 minutes per session because of breakdown and startup for new players. It goes through the night. I DM the whole time. I've cut out coffee again, just like I did last time. So no caffeine between now and the stream. But for $5, you can buy me a cup of coffee and help keep me awake so the game is interesting. Knock on wood, for 2 years running, I have not fallen asleep on the stream yet. So hopefully this isn't the time I break that. And the past 2 were 25 hours, not 24. But you should come out even if you can't donate. And that's fine, because come out, it's going to be a blast. These things get real loose on the rules. The fact that you can donate to add decks of many things or wish spells to the game means that anything is on the table. Things can get as crazy as they want. We've got people playing all manner of... I think we have a Yuan T Beastmaster Ranger who works in a coffee shop. So I don't know how that's going to come into play, but it's a thing. So things are going to get a little bananas, as they tend to do. But it's all fun. Pretty much nothing is off the table because it's all for the kids. The Swole Bowls people mentioned before, they were an advent of 2 streams ago. They came out of the Extra Life stream. So who knows? Maybe there'll be a new Kobold Press monster in a future supplement that comes out of this stream. I guess we'll see. So yeah, I just implore you guys to come and check it out, even if it's just to have fun, keep the chat active, keep everybody awake and interested in what's going on. Yeah, and again, it's all for a good cause. So that's it. I've talked enough for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I have you intrigued and interested enough to come back and watch again. I guess I should also throw it out there. We're approaching that 2,000 mark on Twitch. When we hit that, I will be giving away one of the limited edition Hydro 74 box sets of the Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, and Dungeon Master Guide. That's the exclusive to Game Store only box. So once we hit 2,000 followers on Twitch, that'll be a giveaway you guys can all enter. So tell your friends, come subscribe, or make a bunch of fake Twitch accounts. I really don't care. But anyway, that's that. And I'll see you guys next time. We'll see you next time, and have a great night. Go vote.
Bye.
Go vote.
Or don't.